Okay. Here we are again. Let's see if Twitch app is working. Twitch app is working. Das ist gut. Let me get my notes out. Might actually need them today. Huh. Okay, notes are out. Das ist also gut. I don't know the German word for also, unfortunately. I'm already learning 3 languages. Like, what do you want from me? We will get started in about 2.5 minutes. So I'll let this run through a couple more times and then we'll get moving. Yeah, it just occurred to me that the sandboxing that Pikachu does on this screen is probably like a beta test, basically, for the Pokemon camping system in Sword and Shield. I don't know why that I never thought about that before, but, well, there you go. I mean, they obviously expanded it out to be 6 Pokemon, but... in the camping system with Sword and Shield, that is, but... I don't know. Never thought about it, I guess. I think we'll let this screen run its course and then we'll get started. And you thought I was going to let it run one more time. I potentially could have. If I had taken my sip of water a little bit later, I probably would have had to fumble with the controller to make it all work, but I got you, everybody. We're all set and ready to go, even though it's still a little musty in here, but I mean, it's a cave. What do you want? How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, the Stream Edition. Last time, we got our 3rd badge, the Thunder Badge, then headed off towards Celadon City for our 4th gym challenge by heading the long way through Rock Tunnel. And we're about halfway through, so we're going to continue. I've been in here for 2 days. I sound like I've had 40 years of smoking because I've breathed in cave air for 2 days, or 3, actually, because I've been out for 3 days. But, you know, it's fine. We'll be fine. Hey, Cogger, it's going good. How's it going for you there? We just got started, and I just found a fairly rare Pokemon, from what I understand. I'm pretty sure Rhyhorn isn't all that common in here, if I recall correctly. I just walk right into these things, apparently. Do I want to use a raspberry? I have 14 of them. I guess I might as well. Here you go, buddy. Okay, now let's see what I can do. Nice. How's that? Not good enough. But, I mean, we got pretty close, so... Yeah, Rhyhorn's got a nice, large body, and it doesn't move around a whole lot, so it's usually pretty simple to get an excellent throw. It's probably why he keeps breaking out on me, but, you know, I'm gonna wait. I could have thrown while he was still attacking, but, you know... Oh, I missed the excellent by a split second. Doing alright, just relaxing a bit for now. Sounds good, Conker. You do that, you relax for a bit. Hopefully this Rhyhorn will relax in a moment for me. And stay in the Pokeball. So I can add him to my Pokedex count, because we're pretty close. Alright, I think I'm going to switch to Great Balls. Like, this is getting a little ridiculous. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Should have waited. I had a feeling it was going to happen, and I said no. But I did not wait, and my impatience was punished. So. Man. Really ornery today, aren't you, Rhyhorn? That's alright. I'm okay with you being ornery. Eventually, we'll either catch you or you'll run away. One of the two things will happen. So.
I'm ready. I'm waiting for you.
Got him. Perfect. Well, okay, I say perfect, but I'm only saying perfect because it's finally over. It's not perfect, but it'll do for our purposes anyway. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, got it. I had to check how many levels I would need to get everybody to approximately the same level, and I need a total of 8 levels. That's going to be important for something that I will explain today, because we should be able to access it today. If it's what I think it is. We'll see when I get there. I'll explain it more when we get there. For now, let's read Rhyhorn's Pokedex entry, shall we? Rhyhorn is a Pokemon with a one-track mind. Once it charges, it won't stop running until it falls asleep. Oh, that's pretty funny. Rhyhorn actually isn't too bad of a Pokemon either to have in your party if you want something to ride around on, because it's actually pretty fast, from what I understand. I think it's about as fast as Persian, if I remember right. So, and Persian's already pretty fast, so he's not bad. And it's funny, too, because when he evolves into Rhydon, he gains all that extra weight and he ends up on 2 legs, so he ends up actually moving slower as a Rhydon than a Rhyhorn, although he won't evolve for a solid 21 more levels, but, you know. Do I want to bring him into the party? Maybe I will. What the heck, right? It doesn't matter. It's not like Drowsy's going to be good. Actually, I'll let Drowsy get to 14, and then we'll bring him into the party. It's not like Drowsy's going to be evolving anytime soon, so... we may as well. Bring him into the party, ride around on him like a crazy person, run into a whole bunch of wild Pokemon on accident. Sounds good. It's probably what's going to happen. That's a Growlithe. That's not Interceptor, though. They're probably fairly similar, though. Yeah, Interceptor's a little stronger, but that's okay. He knows Flamethrower, so this could be a little hairy, actually. Maybe it's best if I stay in, actually, because I have Dig. And does he have Dig? Probably not. Not like you learn it by level up, so... That way I resist the Flamethrower, you know, because, I mean, I could switch in Emery, but her def isn't all that great, so... With, like, this, it's just, okay, Interceptor can handle it. Get that crit. And we'll be good. There you go, Drowsy's 14. It's probably going to be a little while before we find sorry, I felt the need to say that. It's probably going to be a while before we find any other Pokemon that are fairly close to evolving, or at least that will be fairly simple to evolve. So, alright, Emery, let's keep going. Let's get around that Machop. That's a Zubat. We already got a Zubat. Sorry, Zubat, I already got one of you, and I got your evolutionary form, so it's not like I'm going to have any reason to catch you. So, okay, let's see. An Onyx, that's fine. I can handle an Onyx. Again, makes me wish I had a water type with a special attack, or even just a grass type with a special attack, but Littlefoot can handle it. We'll be good. Okay, Stealth Rock is fine. I'm probably going to switch at some point here. It depends on what he has next. If it's a Machop, I'm probably going to Leech Seed it first, because I would switch in Ferdinand on a Machop. And, well, Ferdinand wouldn't really appreciate Stealth Rock all that much. Wonder if Rapid Spin is in this game. Like, so you could get rid of the rocks. I don't know. I've never used, like, any Pokemon that would learn Rapid Spin in this game, so I couldn't really tell you one way or the other. I'm just gonna leave in, Littlefoot, I think. Or maybe I'll switch Ferdinand in because it's digging. Leech Seed, thankfully, still works, even if it's digging, so... Can't escape from that extra damage there. Yeah, I'll switch in Ferdinand, because that'll actually save me a potion. I'll be able to heal him to max, and then just health him with Psybeams, so... And of course, Dig will do no damage, because, you know... Oh, yeah, I forgot about the Stealth Rocks. Whoops. Well, I'll still get some of that back anyway. There we go. Get that 8 HP back. Very good, very good. Let's Side Beam and see what he does. Okay, we'll get there. Fury Swipes will take a little bit of HP. Ow. But I'll get a little bit of it back. So. There we go. Fury Swipes did 6. So, per hit, that is. Might want to Sleep Powder, because if he hits 5 times with that, Ferdinand won't get any EXP. So, sorry, sir, I'm just maintaining things, making sure I get the full benefits here. It probably would have been so much easier if I just stayed in with Littlefoot and kept Vine Whipping or something, but I gotta do it the hard way, apparently. It's okay, we'll be fine. Always making things harder on myself. Got these challenges in the game that I'm doing. I got a whole bunch of other stuff. I play the game a specific way that makes me end up making work for myself. That Zubat caught me. It's tiny. Sorry, Zubat. I have no need. Would have been nice if I hadn't caught a Zubat yet, though, because then I could have just leveled it up once and evolved it. Maybe Rhyhorn isn't as rare as I thought, because that's the second one I've seen down here. What'd you find, Emery? Oh, a Star Piece. Nice find. That'll sell for a good chunk of money. So yeah, you can actually find some hidden items here in the caves with your Pokemon, so that's not too bad. That should help us out a little bit. Mithra, how you doing on experience there? 916 in the next level. Okay, we'll be good. Ideally, I'd like to get everybody to around 30 or 31 by the time we fight the next gym, but that means Interceptor has like 6.5 levels left to go, and that's quite a lot. We'll see if that actually works out. It probably will not, but we'll, you know, we'll do the best we can. In the meantime, let's go fight this other hiker and then head up to the next, or down to the next floor. Actually, I think there's only 2 floors here. It's just that they kind of wind all over the place. Like, this is the first floor, and it's to the left of where we entered, and then you'll go down and you'll be to the left of where you entered the basement originally. Then you'll go back up and you'll be, actually, I think once you do that, you actually go to the right, but you end up further to the left than where you entered as well. So, that's a Machop. Ferdinand. Ferdinand can handle it. No Stealth Rocks on the field, so this time it should be a little simpler. Yeah, that ain't gonna help you. Sorry, buddy. I've got a quad resist to that. So Gust first. Nice. 2 Gusts then. going to say we'll Gust first, then we'll Psybeam, but I think 2 Gusts will do. Use my lower power moves because they have higher power points, you know. That way I don't got to use up my... I think we have an Ether. Might even have an Elixir. I don't want to use them at the moment, though. Rather save them for, like, the Elite Four and stuff. That's when they're most useful, at least in my opinion. Okay, a Rhyhorn. Of his own. Switch in Littlefoot. I don't want to switch in Emery. I've got Brick Break now. And Emery needs more experience. I guess I'll go with this. She's also got more defense, so that'll help a little. I mean, it'll help to have Littlefoot level up more because he's only a few levels out from evolving as well, but, you know. Emery, I think, can handle this. We'll be fine. If I wasn't yawning, I would have went back. It would have been pertinent to say there because I got a crit, but, you know. Still tired as hell. Don't think it's daylight savings, though, at this point. That's a 3rd Rhyhorn I just saw over there. I don't think it's daylight savings time at this point. Like, I'm pretty sure... Like, I woke up this morning, and for the past couple of mornings, I've woken up with just a mild pain in my back when I wake up, which is usually an indication that my pillow is no longer supporting my head the proper way that it's supposed to when I'm sleeping. It means my head is kind of craning down, and that's misaligning my spine while I'm sleeping. Gotta be careful of that. You can actually really hurt yourself if you don't have a properly aligned spine while you're sleeping. It can lead to chronic back pain if you don't fix it, so I gotta go buy a new pillow. I might have a contour pillow in my closet, though. I gotta go look. But yeah, definitely worthwhile if you find that you have any mild back pain or any mild back problems, or even worse, it depends on how long you've been doing it for, you could have even worse back pain. But if you find that you have back pain, might be a good idea to check your pillow, see if it's properly aligning your spine. And if it's not, well, go get a new one, because you need that. Your spinal health is important. It's a very vital part of your body. I don't know if that was obvious or not, probably, but, you know. Hello, Golbat. Oh, look, a little family. I'll leave the little family alone. Hi, Rhyhorn. Let's see. Yeah, I gotta keep Interceptor out in front. He's still the lowest level of all of our dudes. So, I think I might want to save for safety, actually, pretty soon. Oh, that's a good idea. I should bend some twigs while I'm in here if I can find any. This intersection is where I'd put one of my twigs, if I had one. That's a Vulpix. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I might want to save for safety after this. Because if I recall correctly, the next dude has like a whole bunch of Geodude and Graveler, and he likes to blow them up. Which, I mean, in this game it's not as bad as it was in Red, Blue, and Yellow, but... in Red, Blue, and Yellow, you could eliminate a good chunk of your team at that point. I don't think you got any revives before Rock Tunnel back in the day. So, gotta be a little careful. Well, Interceptor's not taking the hits incredibly well, but he's probably my best bet when it comes to other fire types at the moment. So, and a Kadabra. I don't really have anything solid for this right now. I guess just Mithra. Excuse me. I mean, she's got decent Spadef. But the other thing that she has is she has Zippy Zap, which is not only a priority move, it's also physical. And gets a crit all the time, so like this Kadabra is 110% dead when I hit it with Zippy Zap. Like it'll do good damage, don't get me wrong, but when I hit it back, well, yeah, not even a question. I actually really like Alakazam. Kind of wish I could use it, but at the moment, I can't because I don't have Nintendo Switch Online, so I can't trade anything and you need to trade Kadabra to get an evolution in order for it to go 5 Ultra Balls, for it to get to Alakazam. So because I can't trade anything, I can't use any trait evolutions. Not to worry, we will solve that problem when I play some of the earlier generations of Pokemon. But and actually, I'm planning on using Alakazam in one of the earlier generations of Pokemon. So please look forward to it, I guess. Let's Super Potion both Interceptor and Mithra, and I probably will regular potion Ferdinand. Even though he's been kind of sitting where he was for a little bit. Might as well use up these potions. Eventually we're going to have something better that we can use, so. Alright. Off we go. If I remember right, yeah, there's an Ace Trainer down here, but there's also an item that I would like to get. So. Yes, I can see that. I think, therefore, I am. That is you, sir. Okay. We can handle it, Diglett. Diglett ain't no problem. I'm gonna switch Emery in, actually. I got good defense, so. There we go. That's true, yeah. I'm pretty sure you can do local trades without Nintendo Online, Switch Online, so. If I discover someone who has a second Switch anywhere nearby, I'd be like, hey man, I'm a content creator online. I have influence. Do you mind helping out for the greater good? Of course, I can say I have influence, and it wouldn't be a lie, but it wouldn't exactly be the truth either. So, I'm getting the heck out of here. Flamethrower's spooky. Might even know it at this point. Okay, well, no Fire Spin. Blech. There we go. Flareon, though, that's interesting. We'll probably start seeing more of the Eevee evolutions as we go here. They'll become a little more commonplace. Don't know where he got the Firestone, though. Might have even got it in here, actually, now that I think about it, because I think you can get them in here as, like, a hidden item, like that star piece that I got. But I'm not sure. Well, his Ultra Balls might come in a little handy. Here's some Stardust. That'll help, too. Every little bit will get us closer and closer to buying something ridiculously expensive that I don't know about yet. Oh, they moved that guy with the, exploding stuff. That was probably the hiker that we fought at the end of the last episode, actually, now I think about it. Okay, so you're a little bit away from there. You have exactly the amount of experience that is my birth year to get to the next level. So that's fine. He keeps hearing me wander around. Hello, Jaeger. He's barking at. Well, he's moving to the other side of the yard, so it's probably a car or a truck. Could be a sweeper truck, even. I didn't hear the sweepers, but it doesn't mean they don't exist. Alright, Ferdinand, let's give it a shot, shall we? Couple of gusts and this will be over. You'd think low kick would just go directly, like, below me, like I wouldn't take any damage because it's a kick low. I mean, I guess he could re-aim, but like, what do you kick low on a Butterfree, you know? I guess you could kick Butterfree's feet, but it wouldn't really make any difference, would it? It'd be like, was that in Mass Effect where you could use throw? I think it was in Mass Effect 1 where you could use throw on those floating turrets and it just wouldn't do anything to them. I think that concept was also in Sonic Heroes, if I remember correctly. Like, you could use the tornado technique that you get, and if you used it on just regular flying enemies, it would just blow them around a little bit. They wouldn't really go anywhere. It was more useful for taking shields away from enemies and stuff like that, but if you used it on a flying enemy, they were just like, yeah, man, I'm already floating. Sorry. just gonna stay up here. Yes, it is. That is indeed that. I wonder if specific trainer classes give you specific types of Pokeballs, like certain points. I don't know. What'd you find, Emery? More Stardust. Awesome. I'm not sure if you need to have a ground type in here to find all of this stuff, but, I mean, I would imagine that would make sense. Because, I mean, you're digging stuff out of the sand, but... Well, it isn't specifically saying we're digging it out of the sand, I guess, so... I dunno. I just work here, man. Okay, there go my regular potions. We still got 9 super potions, so we should be good. Whoa. Doing a little ducking and diving there. Not really seeing a whole lot of hidden items, though, at the moment. I do. Oh, this must be that other, that guy that we saw earlier that was like, yeah, if you run out of Pokeballs, let me know. He must have moved along. Okay, Golbat, you do you. I'm gonna go over here. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't really... I guess I could have just waited for you to turn so you could see me, but I figured I'd just go there, you know. Would work just as well, I thought, anyway. Okay. I'll just headbutt. I was gonna dig. I know dig would be super effective here, but I was thinking I might just switch into Ferdinand and Psybeam, and headbutt might have done enough for me to KO with Psybeam. If not, then no big deal. I'll just do it the next turn. But right now, Ferdinand needs a little more EXP, and Interceptor needs a little more EXP, so... Because Emery is gaining a little bit on Ferdinand. Emery, that is a higher level than Ferdinand, even though we've had Ferdinand for a little longer. So, gotta kind of try to even things out just a smidge. I'm not even worried about the poison, to be honest with you. I'll heal it. It's no big deal. Oh, okay. The Colonel was sending me a message. Telling me to do my Duolingo before the owl visits me in my sleep. Looks like you forgot your Spanish today. You know what that means. Can't even do the voice from that meme video that I saw. Where the Duolingo owl was like breaking into the guy's house. It's crazy. Like, I don't even know how that ended up in my recommended feed, but I was like, yeah, I'll watch that. Okay, there we go. We got a free full heal, so I might as well use one. I'll wait to heal regularly, though, because, yeah, don't have regular potions to top myself off with. That's what I usually like to do, though, when I buy items now. Like, once you start getting into the mid-game and stuff, I never used to do this, but I do it now. I'll buy, like, smaller healing items to top myself off with when we only are missing, like, 20 or 30 HP. Because that'll happen occasionally after certain battles. And then I'll buy bigger healing items to help me, when I actually take a decent chunk of damage from a battle. So, yeah, let's just not get horn attacked at least once. Yeah, we'll get horn attacked once, but okay, double kick. That's fine. So how come double kick gets screwed and only goes twice, but double slap can hit up to 5 times? Seems like a bit of a rip-off to me. Then again, I mean, that was almost par for the course in Gen 1, thinking about it. A lot of fighting-type moves got really shafted in Gen 1. I think the best one was Submission, and it didn't have 100% accuracy, and it hurt you in recoil. And it was also just as strong as Strength. Like, it only had 80 base power, so, like, not very good. And, I mean, then they stuck Cross Chop into Gold Silver Crystal, but I think that was exclusive to Machoke and Machamp, if I remember right. Anything over here? No. Yeah, fighting type moves weren't great until about Gen 3. Once you got Brick Break around, that's when they started getting a lot better. Then they started increasing them from there. You know, high jump kick was getting a buff like every couple of generations, so eventually it worked out for fighting types, but it just took a little while before they became the powerhouses they were known to be before fairy types came into the scene. I mean, they're still powerhouses. They still have a pretty large advantage in terms of which Pokemon they can hit super effectively, but just not as good as they used to be because fairy types kind of crap all over their day, you know, so. Alright, a Meowth. I'll send Emery in. Physical Wall. And I have Brick Break, so that'll work. Yeah, well, Fake Out ain't gonna do you a whole lot of good. When I switched, it'll do a little damage, but oh, quit messing around. Blech. Okay, what else you got? Vulpix? Do I want to switch? Nah. I'll just dig. I mean, I appreciate you wanting to go first, but you probably would have gone first anyway. I don't have that high of speed. Oh no, I guess I went first. Well, goodbye. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, you know? Probably coulda, shoulda, and woulda used Flamethrower if the AI was more competent. It's basically the mid-game, though, so I feel like I was going to finish that sentence with, you can't really expect the AI, oh, excuse me, to be competent in the mid-game. But that's not always true, is it? Okay, we've reached the other side. Because this part of the cave should empty out into, oh my god. Should empty out into rock, or out of Rock Tunnel towards Lavender Town. But first, hold the phone. We got 2 Kangaskhan. Hi there. Baby was ready for his close-up just a second ago. Yeah, I'm definitely going to use a Raspberry here. We can use it. It's necessary. There you go. How do you feel about not jumping anymore? There we go. Wow, wow, okay. Okay. I'll take it. 500 experience for me, thank you very much. Nobody leveled up, but hey, we got a big chunk. So, let me see. Yeah, judging by all of that, although Emery's probably only like, I'd probably only want to use 1 for Emery, because she's so close to, she's so close to 28 as it is. And for Interceptor, I'd also probably only want to use 3, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 I would need total. Yeah, indeed. Oh, hi, Kangaskhan. Nice to see you. Glad you're here. Let's add you to my Pokedex, because you're pretty rare. Let's see. Kangaskhan raises its young in its belly pouch. Won't run from any fight to keep its young protected. Pretty tall, too. 7 feet tall up there. Yeah, that was surprisingly easy. Good lord. Oh, boy. I'm just going to take a look at it. There's a second one right over there. Like, again, this is ridiculous. My luck is insane when I don't need it to be. But I'll bet you though, if I was looking for that Kangaskhan as a member of my party, I would never have found it. There would have been nothing. No way. Yeah, she's not bad. Not bad at all. Capable of oh, actually, I can judge her, can't I? I can look at the judge function, see how her IVs are, to see exactly how good, bad, or in between she is. I mean, that's not bad. Defense is best, but, which is good. Would help me with taking hits, that's for sure. Oh, I didn't play with Mithra, did I? Well, we'll do it when we get out of the cave. Let's go see the daylight first, then we'll be able to play around. Ah, fresh air. What's up, Mithra? This is a different angle. You just resting for now? Yeah, when you get this angle like this, Pikachu will actually play a high five minigame with you, which is pretty cute. Same thing with Eevee. You're welcome. Okay. I don't know how to trigger that, though. Like, I don't know what triggers whether or not you get the high five mechanic, or that angle there specifically. Like, I guess it might just depend on, like, where you are or, like, what their affection level is. I don't know what the triggers are, so. I couldn't tell you. Interceptor, why don't you come out of the ball? Get some fresh air. We've been in that cave for so long. Well, I'm glad, because I'm also enjoying the warmth of the sun. We're unleashing the power of the sun. But we don't have Solar Beam yet, so I guess we'll have to wait to unleash its full potential. And I don't think Interceptor will reach his full potential if I try to pit him against the Geodude, so we'll just switch. Littlefoot or Emery? I'm going to switch Emery in. Just because I have Brick Break, and I think that should do just fine for us. And if I take a Self-Destruct, well, I'm going to take like 20 damage total, so. Okay, and it's a good thing I switched too, because that Bide would have been a bit of a pain to deal with. But now I'm just going to Defense Curl while he stores energy. Excuse me. Wait till the next turn, let him unleash energy. And then we'll Brick Break him after it fails, so. Bide has priority, by the way, so it'll always, not always move first, but I think in this game it has, like, the same priority as, like, Faint, basically. So, it's got pretty high priority. It'll almost always move first. It'll even move before regular priority moves, if I recall correctly, like Quick Attack and Zippy Zap, and, is Extreme Speed in this game? I forget. I know Aqua Jet's in this game. It'll move before that, too, so. But we don't gotta worry about that right now. I think I'm gonna dig next turn, actually. Just in case he, like, blows up. I could finish a battle underground. Let me check something while I'm waiting for dig. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, I've been dropping, a little less than 1% of my total frames on my past several streams, and I'm not really sure why. We did install a new router, but it doesn't have anything to do with that, because it was happening before that, too. I was dropping a whole bunch of frames for no apparent reason. I don't know. It might just be our internet. It might be getting throttled. I mean, I don't even have to say might. I know we're getting throttled. Because, unfortunately for me, the only internet service provider in the area is the one that we're using. There are no other ones, and we're... that means that they can do whatever they want, and there's nothing we can do. They can throttle us, they can give us a crap price, they can give us crap connection, and we're pretty much supposed to sit there and take it, which is just no fun. So... Well, did you bring snacks? I always find that having some snacks and water with me when I hike is a good idea. I don't know where you'd put it, though. You don't. I mean, you're a picnicker, but you don't exactly have a picnic basket with you. Where are you going to stuff that stuff? Your absolute storage space? Do I dig? I think I dig. This is going to hurt. Ow! Jesus, Pikachu, slow down. I mean, you can do that. That's not really going to help you where you're going, though. There we go. And Interceptor leveled up. Nice. Got about 5 more levels, and then Interceptor will be ready to evolve. So once he gets level 31, he'll learn a new technique at 28 that I would like to have forever, and he'll also learn a new technique at 31 that I'd like to have forever. So once we get both of those, we'll be able to evolve him. And judging by the experience that I'm getting from these battles, Mithra and Littlefoot will be at 31 when we fight the next gym battle, but probably everybody else will not. They'll probably be about 2 levels up from where they are currently. So I'm just going to Thunderbolt. Because I think we're going to get about another full level and a half's worth of experience between here and there, judging by the amount of battles that I'm estimating that we have left in my head. We have about 1 more route's worth of battles after this, and then there's a couple of other battles between here and there, not including the battles in the gym, so it's like a couple of coach trainers, basically. I don't think I need Protect on you. Would be nice if there were a bunch of double battles in the game and I could use like a Protect Earthquake strategy, but we'll save that for the Coliseum and XD playthroughs. Because in that game, it's all double battles. All the time. Let's see. Let's heal you up. We're almost there, but I still want to heal up because we're not quite there yet. And I mean, I have 85,000 Poké Dollars, so it's not like we're hurting for funds. Indeed, I'm glad to be out of the inside of the mountain air. The outside of the mountain air is great, though. Okay, that's crabby. Could make crab cakes out of it if I use 2 flamethrowers, and probably I wouldn't be punished for it because Krabby's special defense is low. And flamethrower is pretty damn powerful, and I don't know if Krabby can really do... You know, I'm talking myself into it. Let's just try it. I don't know what Krabby could really do to me. I mean, I guess it might have Crab Hammer at this point, which would be very bad, but... I was going to say, I'm not willing to bet that it does. So... I can take a little bit of a risk in that case. Okay. Here, though, I don't think I want to take a risk. I think I would much rather do some switching around here. Again, water type would be really nice right about now. Oh well. What can you do? I guess I could have Will-O-Wisp and just checked to see if he was going to dig. But I did not. So I probably need to not... Yeah, we'll survive 1 more Fury Swipes even at 5 hits, so I probably just need to get damage off at the moment. And then we'll switch Littlefoot in if I'm having some trouble. Okay, that was a crit, so yeah, I probably should switch in Littlefoot. Yeah, like right now. Because if he Fury Swipes now, Ferdinand's definitely gonna bite it if he gets 5 hits. So let's just avoid that. Sand Attack is a pain in my butt, but we'll make it work. Hopefully we'll make it work. I'll just switch again if it doesn't. Probably switch back to Littlefoot even, honestly. Or not Littlefoot, Interceptor. Littlefoot's out already. Okay. The reason why I would switch there is because probably the Sand Slash would use either Dig or Fury Swipes, and neither of which would KO, I don't think. It's a little hairy. I'm going to switch an Emery. Spread that EXP around! I wouldn't normally do this if it was a different generation, because spreading the experience around like this in some of the earlier generations is not a good idea. But here, yeah, it's fine. Everybody gets that participated in the battle will get full experience, basically, because they participated, so... It might take a little bit away from the top of it, but, like, not much. And, I mean, everybody got the 378 there, so... I doubt it takes much, if it takes any at all. How are we doing on our Pokedex, anyway, now that I think about it? We just got that Kangaskhan, so we gotta be getting close to 50 now. Yeah, we're actually over 50. We've caught 51 different species. Not bad. So we're actually above the threshold now that you need to be in order to... Like, you're required to have 50... I think 50 unique Pokemon captured. Like, unique species of Pokemon captured in order to do one of the gyms later, but... I don't think... I mean, it's not for a little while, anyway. But we don't have to worry about that anymore because we're already well over that threshold, so that's good. Anybody left? Yeah, there's one more trainer. Do I dare, or do I just go down here? I think I just go down here. In the bushes. No. Spooky! Spooky Lavender Town. That's a Cubone. Where's he off to? Where am I off to? Am I chasing that Cubone? Into the tower. No, this is the town that they talked about those ghost stories, so... Let's hope that the tower doesn't have ghosts in it. Apparently there's a Silph Sculpt available from Silph Company, so that's interesting. I'll have to check that out eventually. But first, let's heal our Pokemon. We'll go fight that Pokemaniac once we heal. And then we'll head for the tower and see what we've got going on there. Okay, there we go. What's up, Chansey? Feeling better, Interceptor? Everybody was a little not so hale and hearty there, but that's okay. So as you can see, as I look at the town map, we have made our way through Rock Tunnel. Now if we head west, we can head to Saffron City and then Celadon City, although we probably won't make it into Saffron City again because the guys at the gate won't let us through still. All of them are equally thirsty, basically, so they won't let us through until we get them something to drink. Excuse me. If we go south to Route 12, we could probably get to about here, but then we're going to get blocked off again by that big guy sleeping down there, so we'll just leave him alone for now. Oh, really? Oh, that's no good. Hopefully nothing bad happened to her. That wouldn't be good. And for that, they must be punished by the law. I mean, probably. And now I think I like my Diglett the way that it is. I'm not, I just don't really personally care for the Alola forms. Although Diglett and Dugtrio aren't too bad for Alola forms in terms of typing. They get a Steel typing, actually, which wouldn't be too bad of a thing to have in this game. Steel Ground is a pretty solid defensive typing, so... yeah. Really? Well, that seems mean. Who the hell would pay for a Cubone skull? There's a flyer stuck between the magazines. Okay, let's check it out. A word of gratitude from the Pokemon House. 2 of our Pokemon were able to meet new trainers and be adopted last month. Our thanks to everyone in the community who helped make this possible. We apologize for the noise the Pokemon make every day. We hope you will all continue supporting the Pokemon House. Huh. Well, we'll have to check that place out. First, before we do any of that stuff here, though, let's go finish up on Route 10 up there. And then we can deal with the spooky music and the spooky tower and the spooky everything. Yeah, let's leave Interceptor out for now. Never know, they might have a grass type or something. Sure. I'll look at yours if you'll look at mine, sir. What you got? Charmeleon. Okay. Interceptor can probably handle that. I got Dig, so that should work out in my favor. I think I'm going to keep Dig, even if I get to level 28 before I replace a different move, though. Like, I'll probably use whatever move I'm going to get at 28, I'll probably replace Headbutt with it. Because Dig is pretty good for now until we get a water type that can handle the fire types we're encountering. That's Dragon Rage, that's not good. That'll deal 40 damage to us flat out. It isn't affected by weakness or resistance or anything, it'll just deal flat 40. Gotta be a little careful with it, but we have enough HP to live, so... And KO right back. There we go. Good, good. Okay, and Mithra's level 30. Awesome. And can learn Thunder, but unfortunately for us, Thunder is pretty inaccurate. I can actually show you. It's got, I mean, it's got really high power. It's probably one of the strongest Electric-type moves that you can get, but it has 70% accuracy, which is not that great. And in this game, you actually can't increase the accuracy by changing the weather either, if I recall correctly. I don't think there's any weather changing in this game. So, maybe if it's raining on the route, but I don't think that actually happens. So, or if it does, it's only on one specific route. So yeah, we're not going to learn Thunder. Thunderbolt's enough. It's only 20 less power, and that's usually enough anyway to get us the KOs that we need. Okay, anything in this patch of grass? No, doesn't look like it. Okay, well, that's it. Let's go to Spooky Town, then. We'll take Interceptor to the Pokemon Center again. Then we'll look around Lavender Town, and then we'll go into the tower. See what the heck I'm up to in there. And once we see what I'm up to, I don't know, we'll probably go west. We'll head towards Celadon. So we can work on our next badge. The gap between the 4th and the 5th badge is pretty long, though. There's quite a lot of story elements that are going to happen in between here and there, so it might take a little bit. They also kind of freeform things in Kanto. They kind of let you, after your 4th badge, well, really, not even after your 4th, like, really after you get your 2nd badge, once you get cut, you can basically go get the next 5 badges in any order you want. Usually you want to fight Surge anyway, but you don't even have to in Gen 1. You can completely skip him and just go straight through Rock Tunnel, because the only thing that he gives you is Fly. Like, he gives you access to the Fly HM in Gen 1. Here, though, I think they intend for you to fight him, and the way that the levels work with the gym leaders in this one, I think they intend for you to fight the gym leader of Celadon probably right when you get there, or right after one of the story things that you do there, but basically after that, there's a whole bunch of story elements, and then you'll probably be an appropriate level after a little bit of training to go fight any of the next 3 gyms back to back to back, basically. So, and then once you're done with all those 3, well, then you're ready to take on the 8th gym. So, actually might go pretty quick from here. Like, once we get past all the story bits and we make it to Fuchsia City, which there are a couple of different ways you can go, and we'll be going both. Yeah, the game might go pretty quick. Oh, really? Yeah, well, I mean, if they're kidnapped by Team Rocket and never seen again, you can only imagine what they did to them. They don't ever go directly out and tell you what happens to them. But judging by how, people are angry about all this stuff and they're being kidnapped and never seen again, even in a game like this that's a little more catered towards kids, it's pretty obvious the grim fate that most of those Pokemon are into. They've either been sold off to other people for money, they've had their, like in Cubone's case, they might have had their skulls that they need to actually, walk around. They might have had those taken away from them. They might have been killed. So, but it's not a good fate for any of them. So, oh, sorry to hear that. Hopefully Cubone's okay. I mean, it's in the tower if it's the same Cubone as the one we just saw. I'm not sure yet. Yep, I got that, sir. I've tried to give all my Pokemon some halfway decent names. Name them after mythological figures. I mean, they have a little bit of pressure because of what they're named after, but they'll be okay. Hello, ma'am. Incense, huh? What if they've got incense for sale in here, and that's why she's talking about it? So you're looking for X items, yeah. Well, you need enough badges, but you should be able to buy them from the mart once you do. What they mean by a support trainer there is when you're playing this game, you only need to play with one Joy-Con. If you have a second Joy-Con that you want to play with, you can actually shake it, and it'll bring a support trainer in to help you in the field or in battle. They can wander around and help you out in battles. The unfortunate part is that when you have a support trainer, it actually turns all battles in the game into 2-on-1, unless you're already in a double battle, in which case then it is still 2-on-2. And that's a bit of a missed opportunity, to be honest with you. I think they could have made it so that all the battles when you had a support trainer were 2-on-2. I don't know if I would trust Game Freak to program that, because they're notoriously bad at coding, but, I mean, you know, I would have appreciated it anyway. It would have added another element to the game. It would have been like, well, do you want to do single battles or double battles right now? I think I'll do doubles. I'll just shake it and bring in a support trainer and go from there, you know? But, yeah, I got a bunch of revives, so... Let's see what I have to sell, and then we'll see what I have to buy. We can sell a regular repel. Won't need that ever again. Don't even think I'll need the super repels, but I guess I'll hold on to them. Just in case. Don't sell the old amber. I kind of need that. Did we ever go see the professor? I think we did, and he didn't say anything unique, even though I gave it to him. So, obviously his lab isn't the one that we need to show that to. I guess we'll have to find another one somewhere. But where could it be? Well, we'll find out eventually. For now, let's just sell all this junk that I don't need. Quick candy, yeah, I won't need that. Never going to use it. Don't need dire hit. Probably useful. It raised your critical hit rate one ratio, one stage. Let me say that correctly. There we go. But, yeah, I don't usually use any X items, to be honest. They're never really my cup of tea. Let's see... I guess I'll just buy more super potions for now. Thank you. And I'll get a few regular potions just to top people off with. We'll eventually replace these with something else that's about as expensive as these potions, but heals for a little more. So, let's see. These are all gone because I have full heals to fall back on now. I've got enough revives. Got enough lures. Usually don't need to use the lures all that badly because most of the time the rare Pokemon on the route is just a Chansey. Sometimes it's different, but not always. Yes, I can see that. All of your signs have that purple to them. Sure I do. What happens if I say no? Do you still say the white hand on your shoulder thing? Yep. They kept that in the game because they were like, well, there's some people that are that would rather keep that there. They'd rather be able to see that, you know. It was a pretty famous line from Gen 1, so. You like the flowers, Interceptor? Nice. I'm glad you're happy. Okay, so let's head into Pokemon Tower, shall we? Might be a little bit of a spooky trip, but that's okay. Well, I didn't really know what this place is, but now that I know that it's a grave site, I guess I could pay my respects while I'm here. So yeah, whenever a Pokemon in Kanto dies, they're probably buried here, unless the trainer wants to do something special with them. And by that I mean like a burial at sea or something to that effect, you know. Sure, I'll head up there. Oh, well, I mean, maybe. And so for talking to this old lady, she gives you the formal set for yourself and for your partner. And the formal set is actually kind of nice. It's more formal, really. It's kind of like something you'd wear to a funeral, almost. But some of the individual pieces are actually kind of nice, too. So I might even wear them for a little while. Like, this is so, like, I don't even know. Like, it's so, like mobster almost, you know what I mean? It looks like Pikachu's ready to like pull out a Tommy gun or something, you know? Oh, I don't think Mithra's gonna do that, but I don't know, it just looks funny to me. We can switch the whole outfit, can't we? Oh no, we can't switch the whole outfit, at least not as far as I know. We could even start mixing and matching stuff though too, now that we have the formal cap there. Like we could start mixing and matching it with the Pikachu top and everything like that. So, yes, indeed, Mafia Pikachu for sure. I don't know, though. The blacks don't exactly match up, do they? Which is a little bit... It's iffy for me. I mean, it's not bad, but I guess I could show you the whole outfit as well in just a moment before I like that formal bag though. That's nice. I like the brown leather. You know, that's kind of cool. We'll leave it for now. Probably should get something with orange in it because of the orange laces down there. But we'll see. Yeah, hang on. Let me show you the whole formal outfit first before we go from there. So yeah, it's kind of nice. I like it. But, well, I guess we could hold on to this for now just until we get something a little closer to the... the black that's on the Pikachu outfit, because eventually I think I want to have that be there. Okay, and yeah, you could equip the shirt and everything as well, but not a big fan of it. Like I said, most of the time with the shirts and everything, I'm not a big fan. I think it's kind of overdoing it with Pikachu. I mean, personally, anyway. Yeah, it is kind of close to the one from Detective Pikachu, now that you mention it. It's been a little while since I've seen it, but yeah. Like my new outfit, Interceptor? I'm getting a little formal. But yeah, they put up the tower because there's obviously been several Pokemon that have died over the years in Kanto, so they, you know, need some place to put them all. A lost spirit, huh? Oh boy. Better be a little careful. We might anger the spirits if we're not careful. I forget if there's any hidden items in here. Probably not yet. I mean, I know there's this. That one I probably wouldn't have missed. And I think we want to save here because if I recall correctly, I'm going to want to fight in a moment. We also want to do this because if I want to fight, I'm most likely going to be sending out Pidgeotto first. So because of that, we'll want to have Mithra ready to go. Well, yeah, that would be a pretty good idea. I'd rather not be haunted by ghosts if I could. Uh-oh. That's no good. What kind of tool could we use? Oh, okay, she's just going to tell us. I thought she was going to leave it ambiguous, which would have been, you know, forcing you to be like, well, what kind of tool could we use? Maybe a Silph Scope. But, I mean, we did get some hints at that outside, but... Apparently they want to give you everything on a silver platter. Back in my day, we had to figure that crap out for ourselves. But, well, you know. What's up? What are you doing here? I thought you, No. No, they did not. I kind of hope yours didn't either. Like, why are you here, though? Like, did you follow that Cubone in here, or what? Well, anyway, before we find Cubone, let's have another rival battle. And I haven't really expanded my team out just yet, but we'll get there eventually. Not like it was in Gen 1. Back in Gen 1 at this point, Gary had like 5 Pokemon, so... Oh, I think the fact that we have that shake while on Mithra at the moment, like I can shake the Joy-Con and get something out of it, means that we've reached a certain affection threshold where we get a new technique for doing that, but we're not going to demonstrate that just yet. It's kind of like a limit break move, basically. It's a super move. It's the closest thing you'll get to a Z move in this game, essentially. But we'll save that for a point where we really need it, you know? But for now, the Zippy Zap is enough to take out Pidgeotto. We got your number! Hey, Littlefoot's level 30. Not bad. Only 2 more levels, and you'll be ready to evolve. And Ferdinand is 28. And ready to learn a really solid technique, Air Slash. Nice. Special attacking, flying type move, pretty much a direct upgrade to Gust. It's a little less accurate, but I'm willing to risk it because, well, you don't get a better special attacking flying type move in this game, so... Excuse me again. So yeah, we'll keep Air Slash. It'll do us some pretty good stuff. Might even want to use it now, considering fighting Gloom. I might switch Interceptor, and it worked pretty well last time, so... Maybe 2 Flamethrowers, and that'll be it. So yeah, when your starter is out, if you have a Joy-Con shake, it means they'll be able to do a super move. If they're not out and you still have a shake, that means that you can use up their super move to give a +1, to give +1 to whomever is out instead. You basically have to pick between one or the other, and there's a recharge time on it. But yeah, it's not too bad. I think that's an interesting concept, though, to introduce into the game, where you have to pick between a super move that's really powerful, but will only it only helps you with one enemy at a time, or you have to pick a oh, apparently I have a hyper potion in my inventory somewhere. Yeah, where you have to pick between a super move or a support move, and you don't get both. Like, you have to use one or the other, and there's a recharge time that prevents you from using both in quick succession. So I think that's an interesting dynamic, honestly. Do I think that it's necessary for the gameplay? Probably not. And if it was the kind of thing that would... If there were more situations where you could get into a pinch where you would want to use either a super move or a boosting move, I think it would be more useful. But in this game, like I said before, the game isn't really hard enough to where you'll really need to concern yourself with that all that often, so... Okay, well, apparently I've evolved Eevee into Jolteon, so that's pretty good, but that means Emery can handle it pretty okay now. Because probably all he's got is, like, Quick Attack and maybe Double Kick or Pin Missile. I don't remember when Jolteon gets Double Kick and Pin Missile in this game, or if it even gets both of them. I think it still gets Pin Missile, but I'm not sure about Double Kick. I know it gets those in Gen 1, though. But neither of those matter because it's knocked out. We've got it. Didn't even need that crit. That would have been like 2.5 dead Jolteon from that crit. Nice. Interceptor got a whole bunch of EXP. Drowsy's level 18, so he's getting closer. Yeah, I could teach you to meditate. You got, I think, a few physical attacks. You don't have any right now, but your attack is better than your special attack, so probably... Meditate would do you some good. I'll get rid of Poison Gas. You've already got Hypnosis. Wonder if Zen Headbutt's in this game. I mean, that would make Meditate worthwhile, but... I mean, they're doing pretty good, considering they beat yours pretty handily. Yeah, did you follow it in here, or...? Right, I actually caught one of my own at the moment, so... Better be careful. I'm going to start sounding like Gary if I keep going like that. Yeah, maybe. What do you think, Mithra? Well, I'm sure we'll get the chance, so... All we do is battle, after all. It's not like there's Pokemon contests in this area. So... Hang on, one more thing. Oh! What do you got, Mithra? A chalky stone. Thank you. We could use that to draw pictures, you know. We find like a, you know, a road or something. We could, maybe on Pokemon Road, we could go draw pictures. I think it actually just sells for money, but it's a nice little item. I'm glad that they kind of vary it up where it's not just like, well, he's giving you a star piece. It's like, okay, I could have gotten that out in the caves or something, but Mithra actually finds unique items that she gives you, which is, it's kind of nice. I like it. I'm going to use these potions because, but we won't buy any new items until we get to the next town, so. Might as well use them, though. We're getting money, so I might as well use a few dollars. Not going to hurt anybody, you know. Okay, let me just check how everybody's doing real quick. Okay, you're close to the next level. You're getting there. You're a little ways away, you're a little ways away, and you're getting there. Okay. Got it. And Drowsy can just be wherever Drowsy wants to be. There's more money for us. Not going to use that for much of anything. Here's a coach trainer. I'll save again. I don't anticipate a problem, but, you know. You never know. Something crazy could happen. What? Oh. Oh, boy. Well, that's okay. We'll see if the nerves are getting to you. Got to shake them off in the midst of battle. We actually, I was going to say a minute ago, I actually had a freak power outage earlier today. I was on my way home from my vocational training. I get to about 30 blocks from my house. There's a major road that it's a major thoroughfare where there's a lot of traffic, and the traffic lights are out, completely out, and everybody's just every man for themselves along the road. So I ended up just turning right and going the long way around down the road, so that way I wouldn't have to cross through all that crazy traffic just to get through there. I go a few blocks further, lights are still out. I go a few blocks further, the lights are still out. I get into the residential parts, I can't see if the lights are out, but I get in my house and all of our power's out too. It's like, wow. I don't know what happened, but somebody flipped the wrong switch. Good lord. Wonder if she's gonna give me Rock Slide, or she's just using it because it's what Geodude does. Okay, that was super effective, but Dig will do probably about that amount there. Maybe a little more because it's the same type of attack bonus. And it's slightly more powerful, so even if it wasn't same type attack bonus, we'd probably get a little more out of it. Yeah, I'm glad that the power's back on. I mean, it wouldn't have been a big deal. I would have just canceled the stream and done it tomorrow, but yeah, I'm glad that we got the power back on. It actually came on fairly quickly, so whatever the problem was, it couldn't have been anything major. I mean, it was widespread, but couldn't have been anything humongous, I guess. Otherwise, it would have taken them longer to get it back on. It was off for about 45 minutes, so. What'd you find? 5 more Pikachu candies. As if I needed any of those already. I already had a few, and they're already making me for too strong. Yeah, I usually sell most of my candy, to be honest with you. Unless it's a rare candy, I actually have a use for them in this game. Unlike in most Pokemon games. Yeah, I think we're good for now. You just gotta go up to the next floor, and then there's an event that happens, and then you get kicked out, basically. I'm gonna spoil it a few seconds before it happens, but we're about to get kicked out. Well, we're not gonna get kicked out of the tower, but we can't advance any further. Where could he have gone? Hope he didn't wander up too far. This place is kind of creepy with all this gas floating around. Wow. Oh. Hello there. Oh, come on. Keep your pants on, man. It's just a little spooky ghost. Come on, not that bad. Oh, hey, Cubone. I don't think he knows you, buddy. Sorry. Yeah, I wonder if that's the Cubone that lady was talking about back down in that house in the southwest corner. The one that they're taking care of, whose mother is... Oh, hang on, Mythra. We'll be okay. Yeah, just shake it off. We'll be alright. Yeah, I wonder if it's the Cubone that they were talking about back at that house there. Also, if you let the ghost catch you while you're in here, they'll take you right back down to the first floor. So, I mean, you can keep going through the tower if you really want to, but eventually you'll hit a roadblock where one of them will just send you directly back down, and you can't actually pass by them yet. So, yeah, for right now, we're stuck. We can't go any further in the tower, so we might as well move on. So I'll go heal, and then we'll move on. There you go. It's funny, though, because there's a different set of clothes that you get later on that they're more associated with the mob than the formal set is, but even in that case, I don't think that it makes Pikachu look as much like a mobster as this one does. Okay, ready to go to Celadon City? Let's get there, then. Uh-oh. Not these bozos again. Old guy named Fuji, huh? I didn't see him either. I mean, I guess he could have been up further in the tower. Maybe he's already got a Sylph Scope or something. Yeah, and so they're going to tell you, if you would have gotten to the second to last floor in the tower, a strange ghost would have blocked your way and completely prevented you from passing. So, now that they told me that, I don't have to go to the top, do I? Oh, Cubone, I don't think they're the kind of crowd you're going to want to get involved with. Uh-oh. Well, I'm glad that you told me where you're going, because, yeah, 6 feet under in Celadon City. Good lord, man. Alright, Mithra, we gotta fix this. If we don't get there in time, Team Rocket might make off with Cubone the way that they made off with his mother. Oh, boy. Yeah, me too. It's definitely possible, or something worse. We gotta get there fast. Our needs are twofold now. We need to help Cubone, and we also need to get our gym badge, so we'll have to have a look around when we get to Celadon City. Let's see. Yeah, I'll keep Interceptor in the front for now. But it's kind of nice, actually, when they, like, they made a few little story changes in Let's Go by comparison to Pokemon Yellow. And I like this particular section because it almost gives a bit of urgency to you having to go to Celadon City. Like, you could have, in Yellow, there wasn't really, like, any sense of urgency to going to Celadon City, and you could have gone almost all the way up through the tower without knowing, hey, I gotta go over there to get my Self Scope so I can see in here. But here, they kind of let you get, you know, they let you explore around a little bit in the tower if you so choose, but then they give you a sense of, hey, you need to go there so that Cubone doesn't get murked like his mother was, although at the moment we don't actually know whether or not Cubone's mother is alive or dead, but I mean, considering, again, how everybody was reacting to Cubone being gone, or Marowak, rather, being gone in Lavender Town, it's not really that hard to put 2 and 2 together. I don't know if Ferdinand's gonna work here. This Clefairy's using Metronome, which always spooks me. But we'll see. Okay, that's not bad. You don't even get same type attack bonus off that anymore, do you, Clefairy? Because you lost your normal typing. That sucks. Okay. Oh yeah, and Air Slash also comes with a flinch chance, so that's pretty nice. So the minus 5% accuracy is actually fairly worth it, considering you can just completely make a Pokemon lose its turn, I think, anyway. And Interceptor's level 27. Nice. We're getting closer. Not being mean, lady. That's how a Pokemon battle works. Gotta make them lose all their HP, or else you won't give me that sweet cash. So you can go one of 2 ways here. You can go through here and take a bit of a shortcut, or you could go up there. I'm gonna go this way just to see if there's any Pokemon or hidden items in here. Interceptor, you might want to teleport there, buddy. There you go. Oh, there's a trainer in here as well. And a Firestone. We'll save that for a little later once Interceptor gets a little higher level. Because he could evolve right now with that, but yeah, I don't want to do that just yet for him. I don't think there's anything really new that we can catch in this grass, though, unless there's an Abra around here. I think Abra were available in this grass back in the day, but I'm not sure if they're available now. Okay, I'll leave you to it then, but first, a battle. Because if you can catch a lot of Pokemon, that probably means you've got a couple yourself, at the very least, and they're probably decently leveled, so... Yeah, the Abra line is going to be pretty spooky for us for probably a little while yet, because we don't have a solid counter to it. I mean, I can switch in Mithra, but about once, because I'll get Psybeamed in the face and it's going to hurt like hell. But eventually we'll get not a counter to it, but a check, basically. And by that, I mean it'll be a Pokemon that can resist its hits, basically. But we're not quite there yet, so... First, we got to get a water type. That's a little more critical at the moment. Okay, so what do you got next? A Machoke. Okay. I can probably handle that. We'll let Ferdinand do it. I don't think Machoke learns like Rock Slide or anything like that by level up. I think it's mostly just normal type and fighting type moves. So Ferdinand should be okay for this. Ow. I mean, it wasn't very effective, but it still did pretty good damage. Actually, I think I was missing a little HP to start with, so maybe it didn't do as much as I thought. But Machoke is pretty powerful, so... Oh, it does learn Rock Slide. Okay. Well, that's a problem. Of course you critted. I don't think the crit mattered there. I'm pretty sure Ferdinand would not have survived that no matter what. But, okay, so Machoke can learn Rock Slide by level up. Got it. I will keep that in mind. Emery should be able to tank most of the hits while I revive Ferdinand, though. There we go. And there's a few trainers around this route that we'll fight. Nothing substantial, though. I don't think there's as many as there were previously, either. I think at one point, like in Gen 1, there was like 4 trainers that were all kind of standing in a row on this route, and I don't think they're here anymore. So... I think this Ace trainer basically replaces most of them. So... No, I did not, but I'll buzz off now. Just wanted you to give me the money, the experience, and the Ultra Balls. Oh, gotcha. Okay. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I don't generally use a second berry, so... Come on, Interceptor, out of that thing there. Okay, let's use view healing items, because that battle went a little south. I'll probably just... Mithra can use a Super Potion, because that's over half of the Super Potion's effect, so... And then there's that. Yeah, I think they were here on the left. Yeah, I think you're right. So, I think you are correct. Do I have any rare candies to throw around? No, I've just got all these Pikachu candies. What's Mithra's stats looking like? I mean, 81 HP at level 30 is pretty absurd for a Pikachu. Yeah, I think I'm going to hold on to those for a little while. It might be a little overkill at this point. Anything in the bushes? No. That's another gamer. We'll, ooh, silver pineapple berries. Nice. Yeah, always check all the bushes because you never know. They might have something in them. I might have... Who do I want to do this with? Well, you know what? I don't know what his game is yet, so let's, should I save just in case he has, like, Horn Drill or something stupid? I guess I will. Alright. Yeah, I don't know what his game is yet, so I'm going to save for safety. And then we'll go from there. It's not likely that he'd actually be able to do anything to me, even if his strategy was Horn Drill. I mean, the worst comes to worst, he could kill 5 out of the 6 Pokemon on my party. But seeing Seaking, it's more than likely that his strategy is Horn Drill. So that's a level 35 Seaking. It doesn't really matter who comes in at this point. Seaking is most likely going to be able to knock them out if he hits with Horn Drill. Let's use Dig and see if I can get around it. Okay, no. Well, goodbye, Interceptor. Sorry. Yeah, so it's basically, it's a hit or miss thing. He'll either completely wreck you with that, or he'll miss. It has base 30% accuracy, but the lower your level is, the more likely he is to hit with it. Can Mithra handle this? I think Thunderbolt will KO, even though it's a few levels above. Mithra is pretty strong, so... I would revive Interceptor, but... Yeah, it's kind of iffy at the moment, so... Oh, good. Great. He's hit 2 in a row. This man has great luck today. Come on back, Mithra. We gotta do something about this guy. Vine Whip's probably not going to KO. Well, no, with Littlefoot's low attack nature, probably won't. Although Seaking's probably going to go first, so I guess the worst thing I can do is just Vine Whip and hope for the best. So 3 in a row! Okay, fine. I'm going to switch in Drowsy and revive somebody. Because this is a little absurd at the moment. Drowsy, you're getting a chance to shine, and by that I mean you're probably gonna get KO'd by a horn drill. Yeah, the AI definitely has the luck with the battles, that is true. Let's see. Well, Mithra's the only one that can KO this thing, so might as well revive Mithra. And since apparently it avoided it even though Drowsy's half the level of everybody else, I'm gonna revive Interceptor too. And worst comes to worst, if it misses the 5th one, I'll revive, okay, it didn't miss the 5th one. I was gonna say I'll revive, whatchamacallit as well, but... Thank you, Drowsy, your sacrifice will not be forgotten. Now, I'd like to revive Littlefoot as well, but I don't think I'm gonna have, well, no, it's used all 5 of its horn drills, so I probably can now. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? It's gonna struggle, right? So, and this is, you know, that's $4,500 down the drain, but oh well. Not like we don't have any more of that. Yeah, Good work, Seeking. I have weathered your storm and come out the other side. Now I will murder you for murdering my friends. Goodbye. So yeah, if you were, you know, catching a whole bunch of Pokemon, you might not even have to worry about Horn Drill in that situation because it only hits Pokemon that are at or below the level of the Pokemon that's using it. So you may not even have to worry about it if you're a high enough level, but because I'm not catching a whole ton of Pokemon, obviously it doesn't exactly work out for us. So let's go back to the Pokemon Center. That's warranted after that. I mean, I could use my healing items, but we'd have to do enough healing to where it's probably in my best interest to just go here. The walk is worth it. Would have been funny if that guy hit all 5 in a row, though. Like, would have been a little absurd, but it still would have been pretty funny. Thank you, Nurse Joy. We had a rough time out there. But now it should be a little better. I wonder if that dipped Pikachu's Mithra's max affection down below below maximum there. What, did you hear a ghost interceptor? It's okay, let's get out of here before the ghosts come looking for us. Yeah, probably if I had used Thunder Wave, it might have gotten full parried, and then I wouldn't have had to worry about Horn Drill as much. But, I don't know. I think I anticipated Thunderbolt KOing, and I mean, if I used those Pikachu candies, maybe it would have, but... No, actually, 5 more points in special attack I don't think would have done that much extra damage. Maybe would have done, like, a little more, but not that much more. So. Yeah, Thunder Wave probably was the best play there. Oh, well. Let's see. I think we're all doing pretty good. Interceptor's getting closer. I think he's almost 28, actually, now I think about it. Not so great, actually. Never was great at chemistry. I know my username might, oh my god, that face. No, my username might make that seem counterintuitive, since I have a precious element in my name. But, yeah, I actually named myself that partially because I was no good at chemistry, so. This coughing could blow up. It doesn't have Levitate in this game because abilities are absent in this game, so I might switch Emery in and just use Dig. Emery can tank a self-destruct from a coughing. From a wheezing at the moment, actually probably could too, so. Sludge might hurt a little, but we have a resistance, so. I'm not worried about that. Now, if it's like, there's a wheezing that we'll actually face later on in the game that knows Flamethrower, if I remember correctly. Weezing's got a pretty wide special attacking move pool, which is kind of nice, actually. Makes it worthwhile to use as a special attacker. But, yeah, there's a Weezing later in the game, if I recall correctly, that knows Flamethrower. And if that was the case, Emery would probably still come out on top, but it wouldn't be without significant damage, so. Well, if you don't want to melt down, don't hit yourself in the head with the clipboard on the way down after you lose a fight, sir. Looks like it hurts a little. Let's Let's see, so Mithra is the level that I wanted to be when we fight the gym leader, so that's good. Interceptor might get to like 29, maybe 30 by the time the gym leader comes along. And I know Interceptor's only 27 at the moment, but I think we're going to get a rare candy soon. I know where there is one specifically, at least according to a lot of guides and stuff online, so I'll go to another gamer. Hello there! What on earth are you? Well, I know what you are, but I just want to show it because I think that's the rare Pokemon on the route as well. There's a whole ass Arcanine in here! It's not a wonder that lady wants to catch Pokemon in here. That saves you like $3,000 at the department store if you just catch it like that. Although, you would need to have good TMs in order to, you know, make that worthwhile. Yeah, we're not going to catch a whole ass Arcanine. Interceptor's going to evolve in like 4 levels anyway, so... We'll take care of that when we get there. That's another Jolteon. Yeah, we'll be alright. We'll just switch Emery in and we'll be good. Okay, so it does no pin missile at this level. That's fine. Doesn't exactly have the attack for it, but you know. I guess it's just, you know, nice little filler move. Not as nice of a filler move as it was in Gen 1, though. Or rather, Gen 2, because, again, I'm pretty sure Bug-type attacks in Gen 1 were bugged. And they didn't hit Psychic types super effectively. Which is part of the reason why Psychic types were so incredibly strong in Gen 1, and they had to nerf it by putting 2 entirely new types, both of whom either resisted or were immune to Psychic, into the game, because they were just concerned Psychic types were too OP. No, it's pretty logical, sir. I used a Pokemon with a super effective move and with a resistance. It doesn't get much more logical than that. So, let's heal a little bit. And then I think we'll put Interceptor... actually, you know what? No, we'll let Interceptor run around for a little while longer. When we get to Celadon, I'll probably want to bring Littlefoot out of the ball. Or Ferdinand, even. I don't think Ferdinand's been out in a little while. Just to, you know, just to hang around. We got another gamer, and maybe I could distract the gamer with that whole-ass Arcanine that's over there. So I'm just gonna, again, I'm gonna save for safety, in case he uses more Horn Drill, or... I mean, if he uses Fissure, I have a counter to that. I'll just switch in Ferdinand. He can do absolutely nothing, but I don't know what his game is yet, so we'll see. Okay, it's a Rhyhorn, so this is probably gonna be another Horn Driller, which is just great. Can't T-Wave this guy either. So my best bet would probably be to put it to sleep. Or Dig. Maybe Dig will work, because Dig will make it waste a turn, and then I can see what move it is. Unless it's Fissure, in which case I'm really fucked, but, you know. It's Horn Drill. Okay. You waste away your moves there, sir. Well, we got rid of one of them. Oh, nice. So, Affection, one of the major things that Affection can do in the game is that it can actually cause your Pokemon to endure a mortal hit that would normally reduce its HP to 0. Apparently that also includes one-hit KO moves, so that's good, yes. In this case, I will take it. I usually don't like Affection mechanics. I don't need a reason to want to pet my Pokemon. I would do it anyway, even if there was no benefit, but... yeah, in this case I'll take it, because it lets me avoid getting completely nuked by Horn Drill. And also, well, I can get Horn Drilled one more time. I could use Dig, but then when I come up from Dig, I'm going to get struggled, so I guess Flamethrower. Yeah, that happened. Yeah, I was thinking about using Will-O-Wisp, but Will-O-Wisp wouldn't affect the damage that Horn Drill does, so I'm kind of like, yeah... it isn't affecting the damage or the accuracy, so I'm just going to leave it, you know? No big deal. I might even send Ferdinand out, just in case it also has Fissure, you know? I mean, what's the worst that could happen? It struggles? Okay. If it has Fissure, it's even better, but... I don't think it gets Fissure, though. Yeah. So it'll do some damage, but I mean, it takes like 25% of its HP per turn, so when it struggles. I think that's how struggle works now. I think it was less than that originally, but then they changed it. And Ferdinand's almost level 29, that's good. Drowsy's 19, good. He's getting closer to his evolution. He's got like 7 levels left. That's okay. Yeah, I was thinking it would use something other than Horn Drill, yeah, but I think I mentioned it last time, but the way that sometimes they have the trainers set up in this game is that if they have a specific mechanic that they do, like in this case the gamer just has his Rhyhorn use Horn Drill, they actually don't have any other moves. Like the programmers didn't give the Pokemon any other moves in their movesets for some odd reason. And I think I mentioned last time, I said, well, I guess that's a design choice, but it seems a little strange to me that they wouldn't... Oh, Lieutenant Surge told me good luck. Nice. But yeah, it just seems a little strange that they wouldn't have them have any other moves, you know, because it's like, okay, well, once I've, you know, toughed it out or seen the entire gamut of your strategy, first of all, it's one note, and second of all, there's nothing else to it, you know, like you can't do anything. You're just going to struggle after that. So, okay, a few more trainers, a couple items. I think a couple items. I think there's something in those bushes over there. And then we'll be going on the underground path to get to Celadon City, because if we go directly to the west, we'll hit another roadblock with the gatekeepers in Saffron, so. Probably because Game Freak was too lazy to animate them. Oh, Ghost Hand, you may be correct. It may have something to do with the fact that Game Freak was like, well, you know, that's enough. We have a strategy here. That's all we need. Will the battle really last 5 turns? I don't know. Just throw it in there. And hello, Ghost Hand. How you doing? Welcome. Yeah, I don't know. As we've established, present-day Game Freak knows that they can kind of get away with doing less work. Hotcakes, so it's a possibility. And it's hard, right? When a developer gets to that point where they're so popular that they can sell the game on name alone, it's almost like a celebrity, you know, who does like a philanthropy thing. And for me, it's like, okay, I'm glad you're, you know, giving back in some way, but I can never separate you doing an actual honestly good thing from the person that you are publicly, from your character, from your status as a celebrity. So like when a game developer has that kind of pull with people, whether they do something good or bad, it's hard to separate that from whether or not they, you know, are, well, okay, it's a good mechanic, but did they really give it a lot of thought, or did they just luck out? You know what I mean? So sending resumes everywhere you can, not really helpful to get any returns. I don't know about that, Ghost Hand. I have confidence in you. Even if you don't have confidence in yourself, I have confidence in you. Yeah, hopefully you get an answer back from somebody. It'll be, I mean, I understand that, you know, jobs are a little scarce at the moment, even a year after the pandemic started, but I don't know the situation in Brazil, so I couldn't really tell you, how good or bad your job opportunities are there. But, yeah, hopefully you get something back from them. I'm rooting for you for what it's worth. I'm in the same boat, though. Well, I'm a couple months behind you. Once I get my certification from my vocational training, I'll be sending out resumes like crazy as well. And then after that, I'll be waiting for an answer myself. We'll see if it works out for me. Thank you for the additional money, Meowth. I appreciate that. Am I going to KO with this flamethrower? I might do almost enough. Nope, it's just a one hit. Okay, that'll work. I'm a little hopeful for my vocational training, though, because from all the statistics that I've read, the job that I'm working on getting my certification, according to all the statistics that I've seen published online, The United States is going to have an electrician shortage over the next 10 years, to the point where the worst it's going to get from what they're predicting is that by 2026, and these are statistics from 2019, so they may not be accurate anymore. But by 2026, they're expecting that there will be a shortage of 60,000 electricians in the United States. So I said, you know what? I went to school for a little bit of engineering. I still have some of that knowledge in the back of my head, even though it's been a few years. Let's try that out, and then I can always, from there I can eventually maybe get the company that I work with to pay for the rest of my engineering degree, if I'm lucky. We'll see. Oh, well, nothing for me to find in the bushes, but Interceptor found something. What do you got? A golden pineapple berry. Nice. Thank you, Interceptor. At least it wasn't an egg, or I probably never would have gotten it out of his mouth. And here's a big mushroom. Don't know if anybody's seen that. I got that in my recommended feed recently as well. Apparently, there is some sort of TikTok challenge. If you give a dog an egg, eventually its teeth will crack the egg, yes, but the dog treats it like a child, basically. Like it will be incredibly gentle with the egg, to the point where it is barely touching it when it's in its mouth, and it will not give the egg back. It will treat it like it's its own puppy, basically. It's really weird, and I don't know why that happens. I mean, maybe the dog knows that there's like a life inside of it, I don't know, but it's kind of crazy. It's kind of cool, though, all things considered. Should probably sort my items now that I got that golden pineapple berry. Okay, that's a Magnemite. Interceptor can probably handle this. I know we've been sending Interceptor in first for a long time now. It's just because he's not quite caught up on experience yet. That's why we're doing all that. So, he will eventually catch up, just not yet. He'll be closer once we go past the gate here. I'm actually going to do one specific thing. I'm going to make a beeline for a certain place when we get to Celadon City, because there's something I would like to do so that I can open up some paths for us. Well, we're learning Crunch, so that's good. That's one of 2 new techniques that I'd like to have Interceptor have before he evolves. The next one's at level 31. Excuse me. And then his moveset will be done. Like, he won't change from Flamethrower Crunch next move at level 31 and then Will-O-Wisp for basically the rest of the game, from what I understand. Probably has to do with the consistency and sense of pressure of the shell. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because they can probably sense that right through their teeth. Be like, well, I can feel this thing, it's not exactly... I don't know what the word would be for that. It's not exactly holding its shape, it's almost... It's almost too easy to crack it, so the dog probably is like, well, if I bite down too hard, I won't have this fancy new round toy. So, okay. So I think we're in good shape. Let's look at our experience for everybody before we move along here. I know I'm doing this a lot today, but I just want to see where everybody's at. Okay, so you're almost level 31. Won't quite evolve before the gym leader, but we'll get there. You might get to 32, Mithra, before the gym leader, but that's going to depend. We'll see. Well, anyway, let's go down into the second underground path. Probably find a few items down here, too. Oh, not again! It's already causing enough trouble on Route 12. Once I get my gym badge in Celadon City, how the hell are we going to get past him? Alright, let's keep an eye out for that tail. Oh, might be right around here somewhere. Oh, there we go. A pearl. Cool. Let's keep going. Oh, got something. Maybe right around here somewhere. Oh, hi, Interceptor. Well, you can do that. I just gotta find this item first. Hang on. No. Just right here? No. Come on. There it is. A bottle of fresh water. Nice. Now it's one less that I have to buy. Now I know this is a regular item. See if there's anything hidden around here. Nope. Well, now there is. Oop. I'm just mashing the A button at this point. There's a lure. My favorite item finder of all of them, like this is a clever trick that they have going in this game where they have Pikachu's tail act as your item finder, or Eevee's tail in Let's Go Eevee. That's a clever trick, and I appreciate them making the item finder non-intuitive. Probably my favorite one, though, would be like Gen 3's, probably, because if I remember correctly, Gen 3's actually gives you a complete arrow direction. Like, it points directly towards the item. And it tells you how close you are based on the number of arrows you get. So even though you have to use it, it's not, unintrusive like this one is. Even though you have to use it from your inventory, it's probably the most accurate of them all. It makes it a lot easier to find stuff. Oh, actually, no, I take that back. The item finder in Gen 3 is nice, but they improved upon it constantly between Gen 3 and Gen 5, I think. And probably the Gen 5 dowsing machine is probably my favorite item finder in the series because they actually take advantage of the two screens in the DS. You can just activate the dowsing machine and then it points you right there, you know? you just leave it on the bottom screen and then if there's any hidden items around, it just points you right to them. Actually, no, I haven't been there yet. Oh, nice. Well, it is a department store, so I would hope their inventory is stocked to the ceiling. We're going to go find out just how stocked it is in just a moment. Because we're on Route 7 on the other side of Saffron. So let's go check it out. There's a coach trainer here. Whoop. Hello. What you got, Interceptor? I'm not sure if I want... Or actually, I don't think that's a coach trainer, is it? Oh, okay. I'm just enjoying the flower scent. That's fine. I think it's just an ace trainer. I don't want to fight them now, though, if I can afford not to. I'd like to avoid experience for just a little while here. Just because... Okay, there's a coach trainer up there. I just want to avoid the experience for a little bit because Interceptor is close to, or not close to, far from a level up. And that will actually come in handy for us in a second if what the online stuff says is true. And we'll see if that's the case in just a second. But here's Celadon City, so let's check it out. And there's a Team Rocket Grunt just walking around in the city. Oh, nobody's even arresting him. Okay. Yeah, I know that. You have a big red R on your chest. What are you doing? I thought you guys were supposed to be, like, shady or something. Like, why are you just wandering around the city like you own the place? Probably because they do. Let's take Ferdinand out of the Pokeball. It's been a little while. What's up, Ferdinand? As I was gonna say, are you having fun looking at the flowers? You could probably get something to drink while you're here, but looking at floor tiles instead, that's fine. You do you. Yeah, I think you're correct. The one in Gen 4 also points you directly to it as well. Like, you just activate that one on your Pokenav? I don't remember what the thing in Gen 4 is called. The watch that you get in Gen 4 is called, but yeah, you just activate it right there, and then it just points you directly to it as well. So, both are good. Oh, okay, that tamer from Cerulean City is over here. And he can teach Pikachu a new move, Floaty Fall. I will take a look at it. I'm not a big fan of Floaty Fall, to be honest. It's a flying type physical move, so it's actually not too bad. It's kind of similar to a combination of Air Slash and Fly, basically. Actually, it's probably the more apt definition is that it's more like a stronger, or not a stronger, a weaker Sky Attack that only takes one turn instead of two, because Sky Attack, I think, can make enemies flinch as well. I'm not really a big fan of it, though. Excuse me. It would be okay for grass types if I wanted Meethra to have an advantage against grass types, but I don't know. It's just the 95% accuracy isn't really my cup of tea. I know I just got Air Slash, so you would think it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but I usually prefer to not learn Floaty Fall. I usually prefer to learn the next technique and Zippy Zap, and those are usually enough. So I think we will leave that one well enough alone for now. Maybe later I'll change my mind, but for now I don't think so. Well, I had a Cantonian Sandshrew, but you see I'm using it in battle, so it's no longer a Cantonian Sandshrew, and he'll trade you in a Alolan Sandshrew if you have one. if you have a Cantonian Sandshrew. Oh, really? Okay, huh. I'll have to go check that out. This is the first time, by the way, that you can get an Alolan form that is not the same in either version. If you're in Let's Go Eevee, that guy will trade an Alolan Vulpix for your Cantonian Vulpix. And Alolan Ninetales actually is pretty good. It's got a really unique typing and Ice Fairy, and it learns some pretty solid moves. It's probably one of the better Pokemon you can get throughout the game. Probably one of the best fairies, so... Oh, okay, huh. Yeah, well, I haven't heard about Pokemon Road, but I know a little bit about it, so... Oh, okay. $10,000 to see the fate of Pokemon that are coming up later? I don't think I've ever used this, so sure, I'll give it a shot. Why not? Okay. What's the next Pokemon that I'm going to be getting? I think it's my water type, so probably blue. It's really thin out. Red. Okay, I think I see what's going on here. So abilities are absent in this game, but Abra normally has the Synchronize ability in other Pokemon games. And Synchronize has a secondary passive effect. What it does is Abra's nature becomes the nature of the Pokemon that you see in the wild. It's more likely that you'll get the Pokemon in the wild that you meet will have the same nature as Abra, and that works for all Pokemon that have Synchronize. So basically what's happening here is Abra is using its Synchronize ability to synchronize the nature that you just described to this lady of the next Pokemon that you meet. So, and the one that I did there, what the different flowers were signifying was different stats. So red was attack, yellow was defense, blue was special attack, green special defense, and pink speed. So if I have something that's going to have a modest nature, that will help me because the next Pokemon I'm planning on getting is my water type. It's going to have special attacks. It won't need its physical attacks at all. So, what does the magazine rack say? Pokemon best spots. Let's take a look. The amazing spot we're introducing this time is Pokemon Road. It's the sloping road that connects Celadon City and Fuchsia City. During the weekend, many trainers walk around with their Pokemon on Pokemon Road. Sometimes Pokemon that become friends there become matchmakers for their trainers, or not. What is that even What does that even mean? Almost forgot my own joke there. Okay, well, let's explore a little around Celadon City, but for the first part, I'm going to make a bit of a beeline to where I want to go, so... Ah, okay. Yeah, so if you use X items, Guard Spec might come in a little handy if the opponent likes to lower your stats. You usually don't see that too often in the main game here, but in the post game it becomes more prevalent because they start having Pokemon that use stat-dropping moves in certain scenarios where you're fighting trainers that really know what they're doing, if you know what I mean. We'll see that later. Oh, nice. Hey, Poliwrath. He looks pretty strong. He's a water fighting type, so that's, of course, why. Hey, Brock, I didn't expect to see you either. What are you doing here? Oh, okay. You just wanted to go to Celadon City Gym because it's full of women, didn't you? Oh, boy. I don't want more pewter crunchies! They're gonna break my Pokemon's teeth. Stop it! Oh, okay. And more importantly, we get a cup of tea from Brock. Why is that so important? Well, we're going to find out in a second. Yeah, well, he kind of told us, actually, right then and there. The guards at Saffron City's gate were thirsty, and so we now have something that can quench their thirst. So now we can go and take care of business with that. And that's what we're going to go do. And after that, we'll go to the Celadon condos and look around the rest of the city. But first and foremost, I want to go over here and give them the thirst-quenching tea so that we can gain access to Saffron City. We can't do a whole lot here, and we won't explore the entire city at the moment. I'm actually going to wait to explore the entirety of Saffron for a little bit yet. So, Oh, so that's why they're so thirsty, because you gave them too many pewter crunchies. Stop it. Sure, here you go. You could probably use it after all those pewter crunchies. I would appreciate it. Nice. Okay, cool, thank you. That saves me a lot of running around. So yes, now that we've given the guards tea, we can access Saffron City. We're not going to do a whole lot here, though, like I said. At the moment, we're basically just going to make a beeline for the southern part of the area, and then we'll go from there. And yeah, those Ultra Balls we've been getting are pretty solid for catching rare Pokemon, so we'll see what we can do with them. Oh, okay, huh. Yeah, Sylph Company has its headquarters here in Saffron, but we don't need to worry about that for right now. Why is Team Rocket everywhere? Oh, great. Yeah, they're thinking about taking over Sylph Company now. Well, how in the heck are you going to do that? They're like a, they're a mega company, basically. Like, I don't know if you could breach them that easily. Well, yeah, I mean, they make everything, so. And yeah, the natures and their individual values and everything else will determine if Pokemon are better or worse than others of their type. Yeah, why haven't they done that anyway? I don't know if they ever answer that question. And if you have a Cantonian Raichu right now, more likely to have it in Let's Go Eevee, but, well, I guess you could have it here. You could catch a different Pikachu than the one you have. You could get an Alolan Raichu, which is another Pokemon that has really nice typing in this game. It's Electric Psychic, which is a unique type. You won't see it anywhere else in Kanto, or anywhere else in the world, I think. I think it's the only Electric Psychic type. So it's pretty solid if you are looking for an Electric type and you're not using, like, your partner Pikachu or something. Yeah, his smile and optimism gone. Pokemon Journal interviews. Sure, let's read it. In-depth coverage of the most famous guy in Saffron City, Karate Master. Interviewer, rather, even. What is the secret of your strength? Hwah! Ever since I opened this fighting dojo, I've been doing weight training with Pokemon every single day. Look at this muscle! Look at this Pokemon! We're extremely well trained. Next month, a tournament will be held at the Saffron City Gym. No matter who challenges me, I'll defeat them instantly with my fists! That's nice, but no one's gonna challenge you, dude. They're gonna challenge your Pokemon to a battle. That's how Pokemon battles work. He must have influenced Chuck in some way, didn't he? Oh boy. Anyway, I want to go this way. Because opening up the gate here at Saffron City actually gives me a shortcut back here to Route 6. Why is that so important? Well, I'll show you in a minute. Oh, okay, apparently the same gatekeeper or something to that effect. Yes, exactly. So I will keep an eye out for that. The reason I want to go to Route 6, you may recall previously we found a rare candy over here. I want to see if it's back. It is not. Okay. Would have been nice if it was, because apparently you can get them daily. That's what one of the articles online said, is that they respawn daily. That might not be until after you defeat the Elite Four, though, now that I think about it. If it did respawn daily before the Elite Four, it would have been nice, because then I could have used it to increase Interceptor's level and increase Emery's level and everybody else, and get them all up to around level 30 or 31. They would have all been able to catch up with Mithra that way, and then I wouldn't have had to worry about, raising their levels otherwise. We could have sent somebody else out first for once, but no, I can't do that at the moment. So that's a bit of a fruitless trip, but it's not going to be entirely fruitless, because we can also access Mr. Psychic's house here. Hello, sir. Oh, okay. And you are correct, I did want TM40 Psychic. It is just basically a flat upgrade to Psybeam for Ferdinand there, so that's pretty nice, and we're going to give it to him. It's not a completely flat upgrade. It's instead of having a chance to cause confusion, it has a chance to drop special defense, which I find, honestly, to be a little more useful. It's almost a Psychic-type Thunderbolt, basically. Instead of paralyzing, though, it just lowers special defense. So it's pretty powerful, and we're going to use it. That's the point. So, all right, let's check it out. Do this. Get rid of Psybeam. So now Ferdinand is a house because he's got two very solid, high-powered moves to use alongside Quiver Dance. All we need is another same type attack bonus move for bug typing, and we'll be in great shape. And lo and behold, he also gets that as a level up move very soon. So, yeah, that will help us quite a bit. I mean, his minus special attack nature isn't doing me any favors, but think about it this way. Once I use Quiver Dance once, he's basically got plus 15%, or actually it's not even 15, it's 35% special attack, and he's faster than most other things at +1. Excuse me. Excuse me again. That one was stuck. Yeah, he's very powerful. The point of the matter is that he's very powerful with Quiver Dance and Psychic and Air Slash and his same type attack bonus move that he's going to be getting very soon. He'll be very strong. That's the point. So, but since we can't actually go and get all those rare candies, I don't have a reason to avoid experience anymore, so let's fight the trainers here on Route 8. This is Route 8, right? I think that's what I saw it say over there. And then we'll come back and look over here, see if anything fancy spawns, and we'll go from there. I could use a lure even, because I think the rare Pokemon on this route isn't a Chansey. I think it's something else, but I'm not 100% sure about that. In any case, let's fight Ace Trainer Yvette and then that Coach Trainer that's up there, and then we can head for Celadon City Gym. And that's a Raichu, so that's a little bit of a pain, but we'll make it work. Yeah, Emery should work again. There will be one and only one time that I can think of offhand where we'll be fighting an electric type, and I actually won't want to switch Emery in. But we aren't there yet, so we'll get there way later in the game, but not just yet. And the reason why that is because I'll be using Emery for a different Pokemon in that specific trainer's team. So but we'll make it work. For the most part, as a ground type, Emery can just completely demolish any electric types we come across. So. Come to think of it, I probably should have gone back to Celadon City to get my water type before I went and did this, shouldn't I? Oh, good, Littlefoot's learning Razor Leaf. Nice. It's a bit of an upgrade over Vine Whip. The only problem with it is it's 95% accuracy. The critical hits part is really nice, though, on it, and it's stronger than Vine Whip overall. It does hit 2 enemies in double battles, though, and there will be a double battle coming up eventually, so hopefully we will have a different technique than Razor Leaf before long. We really need a special attack. We'll get one soon, but it's going to take a little bit before we get one, so. But for now, we'll just replace Vine Whip and Razor Leaf. There we go. Okay, Doug Trio. Now we'll have something to test Razor Leaf out on, won't we? Let's give it a shot, Littlefoot. You're not quite at the level that Doug Trio is at the moment, and by that I mean in terms of evolution, but I have confidence in you. I no longer have confidence in you. Ow! I should have known you'd have Earthquake at this point. Okay, Ferdinand, you're up. He's going to have Rock Slide too, isn't he? I'm going to put it to sleep, I think, just to try to avoid that if I can. Okay, well, Light Screen wore off, so now the Air Slashes and Psychics I'm going to be doing in a minute will be fine. Okay, he's got Slash. That's fine. I can handle Slash, I think. That did 28. I'll take like 46 from... Yeah, you're not catching me that easily. I know you have Sucker Punch. I'll probably live a crit Slash, though. So. Okay. So now we get to +2, and then we demolish everything else that she has, so. I should be able to get up to +2 before it wakes up, hopefully. And then we'll know whether or not it's using Sucker Punch, because if it still goes first, even though I'm at +2, well, it's using Sucker Punch, so. But Sucker Punch only has, I think, 5 power points, so he's used 2 of them already. Just have to keep that in mind. I think I'm going to use Psychic, because it has 100% accuracy. Air Slash would probably be about as strong, so, with Stab. Yeah, see, no Sucker Punch, because I'm going first. Bah! Nice. And a special defense drop. Awesome. And that Dugtrio ain't doing a whole lot anymore. Let's just hope that whatever comes in next... Okay, now it's using Sucker Punch. Let's hope whatever comes in next is something I can either one-hit KO or is not something that I need to switch Ferdinand in on. Why couldn't you gotten the crit last... Actually, even if I got the crit last turn, I don't think I would have killed it, so... That's unfortunate, but it's fine. Okay, Seal. That's fine as well. Seal has Ice Shard. I think I'll just switch in Mithra. I know I'm at +2, but Ice Shard is super effective on me, so I'll forego my boosts, because Mithra can probably KO this thing in one hit, so... Yeah, see what I say. I know what you're up to, game. Don't think you can pull the wool over my eyes. Oh, good, Aqua Jet. That's fancy. Have a Thunderbolt, sir. Or madam, sir. Okay, cool. I think I might actually go into Celadon before we fight the coach trainer. Just to get a little bit of experience on our... Well, we need to get our water type, and I actually know what my water type is going to be, so I'm going to go get it, I think, before we go anywhere else. Yeah, and I need to heal anyway, so... Come on, Ferdinand, we got to get you a little bit in better shape there before we fight that coach trainer. Not sure if I'm going to explore the rest of Celadon City in this episode, or if I'm just going to make a beeline for the gym. I might just do that, and then we'll go exploring after we fight the gym leader. Because that'll give us something to do on this particular episode, you know? So. It'll be a nice way to capstone the episode, you know what I mean? It'll be like, okay, well, we fought a gym leader, that's good for now. Okay, so I'm going to go back here before we go anywhere else. There's an item back here, but more importantly, there's some other stuff that we can find back here as well. So, anything in here? No, didn't see the tail going, so nope. Oh, there's a nugget back here, so that'll sell for a decent chunk of money. Wonder who dropped a piece of gold in a random grassy alleyway here in Celadon City. I can't say that seems like the smartest move. Especially in a place with a department store, like at the very least you could have taken it there and done something with it. Here's a rare candy. Of course I get it after I've already gotten some experience for Interceptor, don't I? Well, I can wait till the next level to use it, no big deal. Let's see, so you would be 29, then 30. Okay. So you're close to 30 as it is. You may evolve before we... fight the gym leader. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. You'll probably get to 30, and you'll be 32 by the time we fight the gym leader, so... Okay. But before we do that, I actually want to go back here, because if I recall correctly, if you go over here, there's actually something you can do back here, because this is the back of the Celadon condominiums. We could go through the front, but we'll go there later. For now, I want to go this way, because if we go all the way up and around here... I think we can go get something special. Yeah, we're up on the roof. There's an item over there, so we'll go get that later. Oop, I didn't read the sign out here, did I? Let's go read the sign first, before we do anything else. I know everything! Oh, really? That's quite a statement. Oh, okay. There's a total of 60. I wonder where they all are. Pikachu's tail's going. It's because of this? Yeah, it's because of that. Okay. What's up, sir? Uh-huh. Well, now. You're very knowledgeable and can also break the fourth wall, so that's fantastic. Okay, so he'll tell you all about link trades and battles here if you're not aware of them. I can't do them at the moment myself because, like I said, no Nintendo Switch Online, so... Yeah, we'll avoid that for now. These books look too complicated for me to read because I can't even get an interaction with them, but if we interact with this, we can get TM44, Play Rough. Okay. That's nice. Maybe I will go to the front of the condominiums, because that was not what I expected to find there. So, we'll go to the front. maybe what they were going to give you, they moved to a different area in the condos. I'm pretty sure you find it in here, though. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. Maybe it's in the department store, though. I guess if it's not in the condos, we'll go check the department store. But I'm pretty sure it's in the condos. So. Alright, let's head inside here. And we'll go from here after we check out what's in here. What do we got? Ah, the manager's office. Okay. Hi, Clefairy. Hello, Madam Manager. Oh, so you're the one that gave Brock the tea, huh? Okay. Gotcha. Hello, Nidoran. Got anything in the book? No. Okay. Hi, Meowth. Not Team Rocket's Meowth, though. No, that's a bit of a different story. Okay. Fire extinguisher in case of hazards. Should probably have one on every floor, but I digress. Oh, there is one on this floor. It's just further away. Okay. Does this say? Oh, it's right here. Okay. Game Freak reception room. Okay. Would that be okay? Yeah, I mean, then try to keep it business casual. Well, actually, business casual is not even what that guy's wearing over there. A suit would be business formal, but business casual, you pretty much just show up in t-shirt and jeans. Well, not a t-shirt, but... And actually, I don't even know if jeans would be business casual. That might just be plain old casual. I don't know. Do I look like the kind of person that's worked in a place that has business casual wear? Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah, I had no idea what you're talking about with the title. Oh, nice. Thank you. You designed me well. So yeah, this is Game Freak's main office, and they'll all chat about things and completely break the fourth wall. Apparently this guy will give me something if I complete the whole Pokedex. I doubt that's going to happen, but you know. I don't think I'm qualified to answer that, sir. I'm not a bundle of polygons in real life, so... I couldn't tell you if they're cute. Anyway, what's up here? 3 health candies. Okay. So what I'm looking for is not here. So it must be in the department store, then. Yeah, we make games, I think. Let me actually look it up. Hold on one second. I'm going to turn chat off on my phone for 1 second. Whoops. Gift. Pokemon. Okay. That's there. You know, it may not be available yet. We may be waiting a little longer for our for our water type. I thought it was available here in Celadon City, but I'm probably just thinking of what's it called? Of Gen 1. Okay, well that was somewhat of a fruitless effort then. So, but that's okay. We've explored a part of Celadon City before we go to the gym. So I'm gonna go do that now. We'll just make a beeline for the gym, and we'll explore the rest of this after we beat the gym leader and after we call it a day until Saturday. And yeah, we could go to the department store and, you know, grab a whole bunch of items, but we'll do that later. I'm gonna go this way. If I go this way, I can kind of go around the outskirts of the town to get to the gym leader, so... Yeah, definitely think I was thinking of Gen 1. Well, there's 5 raspberries here, so... Although, if you know what Pokemon was in the condos in Gen 1, you probably have some idea of what my water type's going to be. Where's your tail going? I don't know, I don't think so. Hey, Rattata! What's up? Well, actually, you need to go around so you can cut this tree down first. Actually, hang on, I thought I saw the tail go. Nope. Eyes playing tricks on me, never mind. Well, that's not very nice. Of course it's not nice! I'm fucking evil! Let's go to the gym. As soon as I said that, I was like, nope, the reference is coming up too strong. I have to say it. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, but Jigglypuff's special move pool is a lot better than its physical move pool, so kinda... Adamant isn't all that great of a nature for it. I mean, whatever works for you, but... It's not like it's a Clefairy, it's not like it's Meteor Mash or something, you know? Yeah, that's what you're looking at, the strong trainers part. You're just looking at the women, dude. Yeah, Celadon Gym is completely full of, I think all of the trainers in here are female, so. Let me open the Pokemon box real quick. My go-to for this gym, the requirement for this gym is not in my party at the moment, so I have to get a little creative. What can I use for... Yeah, that'll work. Sorry, Drowsy. The Cubone is going to serve a bit of a purpose for me here. I don't actually know if it matters, to be honest with you, with the requirement for this gym, but I'm going to try to make it make sense, you know. Yeah, you can catch the base form of my water type on a route. Yes, that is true. I just can't get to that route just yet, but we'll be able to get there in a little while, so... I would prefer to, yes. Where's the... Oh, actually, yeah, this is a gym full of women, so the guy that normally stands here probably can't even get in, can he? You'd think they would have made a female model of him or something, like just his sister or something, I don't know. But anyway, in order to get into the gym, they only let trainers in with cute Pokemon. You could just use your partner Pokemon, that always counts as a cute Pokemon, but I think they'll still let Cubone slide by. Let's find out. Okay, apparently so. Okay. You're getting a little too into it there, ma'am. Too close, bad touch. Yeah. I think most Pokemon are deemed cute, quote-unquote, by that lady. I don't know the exact list, but if I had to guess, I would say Bug and Fire types are probably not their cup of tea. So, because those are the things that are super effective against grass types, so, which is what this gym is all about. So probably you can't use those, but, I mean, I don't know. I only ever have shown Pokemon like either my partner Pikachu or in this case Cubone. This is the second time I've gone to this gym, and that's all the experience I have with this. So, all right. Well, anyway, let's head through Celadon Gym, shall we? And apparently I've already been here, so that's just great. Celadon Gym is a bit of a hedge maze, basically. There's going to be a few branching paths. Trainers all over the place. It's par for the course, but we'll eventually find our way into the center. Well, if Interceptor's still out in front, which he is, this will be no problem at all. But yeah, as you can see, the trainer... oh, I didn't fight that coach trainer, did I? We'll go do it later. No big deal. We'll be going back that way anyway. Yeah, the trainers in here have Pokemon that are about the same level, if not a little higher, than the Pokemon that you were fighting back on Route 7 and then in Route 8. So, me personally, this seems like the place that you're supposed to go next. There's multiple different ways you can go, but this seems like the path that you're supposed to go before you go do the other thing that you can do here in Celadon City. So, I believe this is just a shortcut out. Yeah, so if you need to get out of here, you can go that way, but we won't need to worry about that. So it almost kind of reminds me of the Trick House, the first Trick House that you do in Gen 3, where you have to use Cut to get around, but yeah, you know. I could have tried Drowsy for the lulz. I probably could have. I don't know, the last time I saved... Maybe after I, It's an interesting thought, though, because maybe after I beat this game, if I ever get Let's Go Eevee, I could, like, make a save before the gym, and then make a video that showcases all the Pokemon that they consider cute. Because I don't know, like... Again, I don't know what they consider cute or not, but apparently, according to the internet, there's a pretty good chunk of Pokemon that they consider cute, even ones that you wouldn't expect. But, yeah, I don't know. I guess if I would have thought about it beforehand, I would have made a save, but yeah, I didn't think about it beforehand. Got a bit of a lack of peripheral vision there. I think you're mistaking me for the pervy old dude that's outside. But yeah, this is probably going to be the Interceptor show. Everything in here should be weak to his Flamethrower, and Flamethrower is massively powerful for the moment that we have it, so... It probably won't one-hit KO this Gloom, but... I'd rather Interceptor be the one to KO most... Okay, well, it did. Never mind. I'd rather Interceptor be the one to KO most of these Pokemon anyway, because he needs more EXP than anybody else to catch up on levels, so... And, additionally from that... Once he hits level 29, I'm going to give him that rare candy that we got to just instantly jump him to 30. So he's in good shape for when we fight the gym leader, because he's actually going to be our Pokemon to go to for her ace. So, and we'll probably use Pikachu's boost just to make it a little bit easier on him, because her ace is no joke. I don't think her ace has any moves that can actually... hurt Interceptor regularly effectively, though, so that should make it a little easier on him, but until we know that for sure, I don't want to take any risks. So that's why I'd probably boost him up. Are they? I mean, Littlefoot's been pretty easy to raise, but I just chalked that up to him being a starter. Usually starters are pretty easy to raise, so... Well, let's take care of Oddish and then see what she's got after that. Because I know Flamethrower is going to do me some good here. Probably going to need to use like an Ether or something on Flamethrower to restore the power points of it by the time I'm done. Because if I just keep cranking through all these Pokemon with... Flamethrower, I'm going to run out of power points eventually, so... Unfortunately, I don't have any other moves that I can use that would be nearly as strong. If I could put 2 Flamethrowers in my moveset, I would, but I can't, so... But Interceptor's doing good, so... I'll just let him go off. Alright, cool. That takes care of that. Uh-oh! Ferdinand's trapped! Teleport, quick. There you go. And I believe this is also a shortcut, but I'm going to go double check. If you have a larger Pokemon that isn't like... In this case, Ferdinand's okay because Ferdinand is vaguely as wide, about as wide as my trainer model is. A little bit wider, but not by too much. But if you have a Pokemon that's a little bit too big by comparison, like if they're probably like 5 feet and tall and above, or just really rotund, they wouldn't fit in these little sections of the hedge maze here. Also, there's the gym leader. So we just got to get around the rest of the maze to get there. Man, you guys are really not paying attention. But yeah, if you had a larger Pokemon, they probably wouldn't fit through the gaps here, and they wouldn't... basically, they would teleport back to you until you got to a point where they could stand, which is usually one of the intersections. So they'd be teleporting to and from you a whole bunch, but we don't have to worry about that because Ferdinand can handle running around with us. Yeah, in this game you can't, but in a certain other Pokemon game, I think I know the one that you're talking about. I've probably played it quite a bit. If you're referring to the... I think the Mystery Dungeon games let you have multiples of the same move in your moveset, but I'm not 100% sure about that. What do you think, Ferdinand? Well, I'm glad, because we're going to need it. Where we're going. Not a coach trainer, an ace trainer. Yes, that is correct. Okay. I don't know if I've ever done that in a Mystery Dungeon game, though, where I've had 2 of the same move. But, I mean, it would be fairly useful if your Pokemon is, like... It doesn't have a wide move pool, you know? Like, if you've got something like the Magnemite that you get in the first game as a guaranteed partner... you could probably teach it multiple Thunderbolts, because that would probably be better than what you could do with it otherwise, so... Good job, Interceptor. Good job avoiding that stun spore. I was going to say, am I going to KO? But I'm definitely going to KO. It's Flamethrower on a grass type. Like, come on. Okay, there we go. 29, and now we'll get to 30 with that rare candy. I'm going to switch, though. I'm probably going to let Ferdinand go. Because Ferdinand needs the XP now. He'll be the lowest level Pokemon of all of ours. And this is the perfect Pokemon to send him in on because Tangela's not got the best Spadef. So, and I have a super effective special attack. So, we'll make it work. Very nice. Got Mega Drain, but yeah, we'll be okay. Not exactly sure how I'm going to take care of the gym leader, though, now that I think about it, because I want to use a different Pokemon to KO each of her Pokemon, but her team kind of, like, I have a bit of a problem with grass types, because I only have 2 Pokemon that are really good against them, and the other 3 don't really have a lot of answers for them. I might be able to just brute force my way through one of her Pokemon with Mithra, though. We'll see. We'll see how it all works. We're almost there, so then I can check. I just got like 1 or 2 more trainers to deal with. Interceptor's out in front. And I didn't give him the rare candy. That's okay. He'll be fine. Might even be able to get away with him being at level 29 for the fight against the gym leader. Because then if he gets to 30 from the gym fight, then I can just give him a rare candy and then instantly use that Firestone on him, and he'll be fully decked out. He will have all of his moves, and he'll be his fully evolved form. So that might actually be a bit of a better reward for him, honestly. We'll see. Ferdinand's 30, that's good. That will, every little bit will help here, basically. I just gotta desperately try not to swing the controller around at all while I'm talking, because I need to hold on to that boost. That is true. That is true. I could have taught Floaty Fall. Maybe I will actually go do that, Conquer, now that you mention it, because if I teach Floaty Fall, I can reteach either Brick Break or Thunderbolt by TM, or even Thunder Wave by TM. And I can have Ferdinand take care of Erica's first Pokemon. I can have Mithra take care of Erica's second, and then I can have Interceptor take care of the ace still. So it would still actually work out for the best. What I would do there is if I didn't teach Floaty Fall, I would actually just reverse that. I would have Mithra take care of the first Pokemon, and then have Ferdinand take care of the second. So I think the one on the left leads out, and the one in the middle here, or the one on the right here, leads to our gym trainer. I think. We're gonna go find out in a minute. I know the one on the left leads out, but I just want to see if I can find the one that leads to the gym leader. I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. Okay. And it looks like the other ones don't really lead any... At least this one doesn't look like it leads much of anywhere. It might lead out. But I'm probably actually going to go out, and we'll go back to the Pokemon Center, because that way I can heal my power points on Flamethrower without using an Ether. I probably don't need it, but... Nah. Yeah, so if you took the path on the left, you'd just end up there. So, actually, I'm going to double check that, make sure there's no trainers over there. I do want to get as much experience as I can, and once you defeat the gym leader, all the gym trainers will no longer fight you, so... And in this game, well, with this particular way that I have the rule set going, I would rather not have that happen. That would be a lot of experience, potentially, that I would be wasting, so... Okay, so we'll go demonstrate Floaty Fall, because I'll get it for Mithra's moveset. And then we'll demonstrate it in the gym fight, and then we'll probably call it a day after we're done with that. And we'll go from there Saturday. And I can finally relax, because my vocational training this week, I had to make up a little bit of work, because I actually missed class last week on Monday, because I had a bit of food poisoning. So I had to make up a little bit of work, and so I had to come in early on a couple of days to make up work. And in addition to that, we also had safety training this week, which was I don't know if boring is the right word. Is there anything that's more intense than boring? whatever the thesaurus says is a synonym for boring that is also more intense than boring. Mind-numbing, I guess, would probably be the most apt way of putting it. I didn't teach floaty fall. Hold on. I'm just jabbering my mouth off and forgetting about the move. Yeah, so I would say mind-numbing would probably be the most apt way of, yeah, overwhelmingly unamusing. I like that, Ghost Hand. That conveys my feelings fairly well about it. Now, that being said, my safety training is over now, so that means that I am 100% certified once I get my card in terms of general industry safety for vocational training. So that means that I have 1,000 CP on me through. That's freaking ridiculous, man. I just noticed that in the corner there. Yeah, once I get my card, I am certified for general industry safety in the United States. And I think it's forever. Like, I need additional training in order to do things in specific industries. But in terms of general industry safety, I don't think the card expires. So, yeah, that's helpful. We could go other ways, but I'm taking this direction so that way I can basically be like, well, this is what we have explored of Celadon. And this is what we haven't, so we're going to go explore it now. Alright, Ferdinand, are you ready? You're not taking on the ace. I'm going to leave Interceptor to do that. Although, really, Ferdinand could probably take on the ace, but... I think if I remember right, Erica's ace has a move up its sleeve that Ferdinand doesn't resist in any way, and her ace has a lot of special attacks, so I would rather be careful if I could and use somebody that has resistances. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's see if I remember the way here, shall we? Okay. Go this way. The way leads to a trainer and or out of here. Go up here. Whoop. Hang on, Ferdinand. There you go. Just jump you right out of there. Oh, those kids from a block away must have found some other motorized toy to ride around on. I say kids, but they're actually more like early teenagers. They're like probably 13, 14, somewhere in there. They got ATVs in the back, I think. Actually, they might be a little older than that. They might be like 15, 16. I don't know if you need to be a certain age to ride an ATV, but they are. I'm sure they are at the correct age to ride those ATVs around. But they have them, and they. That didn't sound like an ATV that just went past on the street. I don't know if anybody could hear that. Probably not over the game volume, but sounded more like one of those little teeny tiny motorcycles. Not even a motorcycle, more like a motorbike, but like one of those tiny ones that's like, you know, only comes up a couple feet off the ground. Let's see. How's everybody doing on EXP? You might not get to 30 from this, but you'll probably get to 30 fairly quickly after that, so then I can just evolve you right away after that. You'll evolve from this fight, so that's good. And then as long as Floaty Fall and Air Slash don't miss too badly, I think we'll be okay. Alright, so first things first, we want Ferdinand up front, because Ferdinand's going to take on the first Pokemon that Erica has access to. Let's save, and then we'll take her on. And we'll have our 4th gym badge. And we'll be halfway done with the badges, but not halfway done with the game. The game is a little long after this. Like I said, the time period between the 4th and the 5th badge is pretty wide gap, but we'll make it work. Erica! Hello there. You look like you didn't get enough sleep last night. I can relate. Oh, okay. Well... Oh, okay, now she looks even more tired. I don't know, though. She doesn't exactly have the bags under her eyes. I mean, she runs a grass-type gym. Maybe she's just got some marijuana or something in here. She's been smoking too much kush. And that's why she looks like that. She's got that hazy look in her eyes. Hey, man, I'm not judging. It's legal now in a lot of places, so... I don't know, though. Would her grass-type Pokemon be okay with her smoking marijuana? Because you have to light it on fire to smoke it, right? So, wouldn't they kind of take offense to that? Questions for later. For now, let's fight the gym leader. I'm never going to get an answer to that, but the 4th gym leader, Erica, would like to battle. Let's see what we can do, shall we? So our first is a Tangela. As I said previously, it has, like, no special defense, so Ferdinand, I don't even think I need to boost. I can probably just KO it with Air Slash in 1 or 2 hits. And I don't think it really has much for me either, so... yeah. This ain't gonna take long. Okay, it has Sleep Powder, but that's fine. That's not gonna bother me. Yeah, the Pokemon is literally a blunt. Oh, okay, Affection System for the win. Another thing that the Affection System can do, it, in addition to allowing you to survive a mortal hit, it will also allow you to shake off status conditions occasionally, which again, I am not a big fan of. I kind of wish that those systems weren't there. I don't need incentive, Game Freak. I'll pet the Pokemon anyway. I like petting the Pokemon, okay? It's fun, and it's cathartic. It makes them happy, so it makes me happy. Oh, okay, she sent out her ace. Alright, fine. Well, Ferdinand can probably handle this, but since her ace is here, let's send Interceptor in and see how badly he gets rocked by the move that she's going to use here. Hopefully it's not a 2-hit. It's not very effective, if it's what I think it is, but yeah, Moonblast. Fire types resist this, but... ow. Still hurts. Boost me up, Mithra. I need it. But yeah, this is her ace, a Vileplume. It has Mega Drain and Moonblast, if I recall correctly, so... ow! Stop it! Okay, let's heal real quick. I got a boost, so now 2 flamethrowers should be enough. Freshwater's only 30. Okay. We might have been able to buy Hyper Potions if I had actually bothered to go to, if I'd actually bothered to go to the department store, but, I mean, we're at nice HP now, so I'll take it. Actually, with Mega Drain going off, it might not be a 2-hit because she'll get HP back. Let's just see how well we do at +1. Get him, Interceptor. Bah. Ooh, nice. And a burn. I'll take it. Good work, Interceptor. Ow. Okay, let's see how much that heals. The burn will take a little bit of that off. Okay, yeah, this is fine. Is it a speed tie, though? Ooh. How much speed do you have? You have 40. I'm not confident. I'm not confident in that speed. I'm sorry, Interceptor. I'm going to heal you again for safety. Yeah, Vileplume is sketchy, man. It doesn't have the best speed, but I'm still concerned. It's a fully evolved Pokemon. So, it might have the speed to make things worse for us. It's fine now, though. We should be okay. I didn't even need all those flamethrowers that I went and healed up, but I did need Floaty Fall, so I'll take it. It's fine. And that takes care of that. Good work, Interceptor. You won't quite get to 30, but that's okay. Littlefoot got to 32, though, so we will get something out of this. And Drowsy got to 21. Nice. And we won't have much more time in the game where we'll actually have a 6th slot free. Eventually we will fix that, but not just yet. I'm going to burn this thing because it has Poison Jab, which would still mess Mithra up pretty good. It might also have, like, I don't know what it has for its other move. It probably has, like, Mega Drain, but if it had Power Whip, I would not be confident. Yeah, see, that burn really helped because that would have definitely KO'd Interceptor otherwise. But now that it's burned, Mithra can kind of come in without too much trouble. And then we'll Floaty Fall, and that should be it. Go get him, Mithra! You got this. Test out your new fancy move. Yeah, that's nothing to worry about. I mean, I'm poisoned, but again, still nothing to worry about. It would have done half, though, if I hadn't burned it, so yeah. Nothing to mess with either on Erica's side. Weeping Bell's no joke. So, alright. Let's test out Floaty Fall, shall we? Where'd you get those balloons? And can we use them for our own gains? Well, we won't find that out today, but hey, I'll take it. It was strong enough to take out that Weeping Bell in one hit, so I ain't gonna complain. Good work, everybody. We beat Erica. Awesome. Thank you. You gave us a run for our money for what it's worth. I mean, I don't have an Arcanine yet. If I did, I would have been in much better shape. But speaking of full evolutions, Littlefoot is evolving again. And now we can finally solve the problem he's been having the entire game. Because he has evolved into his final form of Venusaur. Awesome. He's not so Littlefoot anymore. So let's read his new Pokedex entry, shall we? He's finally bloomed. Yeah, he's almost 8 feet tall. Not Littlefoot at all. The flower on Venusaur's back catches the sun's rays. The sunlight is then absorbed and used for energy, sometimes shot at foes, if I'm not mistaken, but Venusaur doesn't learn Solar Beam when it evolves. It learns Petal Dance instead, which is a special attacking move with 120 base power. I know it only lasts 2 to 3 turns, and I know it confuses you at the end, but I can't pass that up. That's way too good. For what we can use it for, so yeah. And I mean, it would come off a 72 special attack, that's no joke either. Let's get rid of Razor Leaf and just give Petal Dance to him. It'll work so much better. There you go. So now we have Petal Dance, awesome. That'll help out pretty good. Okay, we will take it. Well, we went through a lot to get here, but we got our rainbow badge. Nice work. Excuse me. So yeah, now Pokemon that you get in a trade will listen to you up to level 50. By the way, this number also includes the Alolan Pokemon that you get. So when they earn boosted experience, because of, like, if you're catching a whole bunch of Pokemon and you have Alolan Pokemon, because they earn boosted experience, they might actually reach level 50 before you get the next gym badge. There's that much free-form time that you have between now and the 5th badge. So this may actually come in handy if you have an Alolan Pokemon, but, well, actually, they won't reach level 50, but they might reach the high 40s, which is more than they would have otherwise had if you just had Lieutenant Surge's badge, so. And in addition to having the Rainbow Badge, Erica also gives us TM53 Mega Drain, which gives me something for Littlefoot to use that isn't going to lock him into it for 2 to 3 turns. So now he can Leech Seed and Mega Drain, and he can basically be he's basically a Nosferatu tank from Fire Emblem games now, from some of the later Fire Emblems, like Awakening and stuff. Bit of an experience flying for the first time, huh, Mithra? You did good, though. Everybody did good. You're welcome. Here, hang on, I got one more thing for you. Have a pineapple berry, friend. Whoop. There you go. I'm glad you're happy. Good job, Ferdinand. You started us off with a bang. So that's what we needed. Alright, we're out of here. We got our 4th gym badge. Let's go heal up. I think Mithra's still poisoned, but we'll fix that in a minute. So yeah, let's go heal up and then we'll call it a day. And we got a lot of city left to explore here, but we'll make it work. Actually, how much experience does Interceptor need to get him to 30? Let's see. 807. Wonder if I can go fight that coach trainer and maybe get there. I also like how big Littlefoot's sprite is now. Some of the larger Pokemon in Kanto, they actually did this specifically to Let's Go. They changed the sprites to be a little bit bigger, which I think is actually a nice touch. It makes them feel like a fully evolved Pokemon, you know? Like the rest of them, they're all the same size, the sprites are, or maybe they're a little bit smaller, a little bit bigger, depending on if they're an evolution or not. But the fully evolved, some of the fully evolved Pokemon that you see in Kanto and Let's Go have these big sprites, and I think it's a nice touch, personally. So. Okay. Yeah, I'll rest my Pokemon. There you go. I think we'll keep Floaty Fall for a little bit. I could teach Brick Break back to Mithra, but yeah, I mean, Floaty Fall will be okay for now. Although, actually, I could get rid of Thunderbolt for Floaty Fall, because we have Zippy Zap at the moment. So, that just wouldn't avail me in any way against special or physical defenders, so. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. Figure it out by Saturday, I'm sure. Okay, Interceptor, you're back up in front, so we can get the closest opportunity to getting you to 31. I don't know if you'll get there, because Coach Trainers usually only have like 1 or 2 Pokemon, but, you know, we'll make it work. Let's do this. I almost got lead time, but I'm a little late on it. Oh, there's an Abra. Oh, boy. Hopefully it'll still be there in a second. So we'll fight this gentleman. I'll see if I can catch that Abra. Did we catch an Abra yet? I don't think we did. I think it ran away. Oh, Farfetch'd. Okay. We can probably handle that. I'm probably going to switch, though. I don't think I'm going to have Interceptor take on the Farfetch'd, but it should give decent experience at the very least. So, yeah, probably for the best that I didn't teach Mithra Brick Break, although I think Zippy Zap just one-hit KOs, but, I mean, Thunderbolt does that too. Oh, good, Facade. And I think that's the third and final battle technique that the affection system affects. If you basically, and it's probably the one that I think is the most bullshit, honestly. If you have affection high enough for your Pokemon, they might avoid attacks that would otherwise hit you. And yeah, I mean, the other stuff, okay. I mean, I can kind of see why you would, where it would be useful to you. It can kind of make some opportunities where you're kind of bullshitting your way through, but I can kind of see it. With avoiding the attack completely, though, like, I think that's really a little too much, you know? Maybe that's just me, but I don't know. I'm going to switch Interceptor in, and then I'm probably going to switch him right back out, because I think Mithra could probably handle this Wigglytuff. I'm just going to see what Wigglytuff is doing, because this Coach Trainer probably... Okay, Sing is fine. I don't know if he's going to give me a TM or what, but if he is giving me a TM, he's not using it. He might be the Facade Trainer, though, now that I think about it. Like the Facade, he might give me Facade as a TM, basically. Let's see, Normal and Fairy, so you won't take super effective damage from Brick Break. Yeah, I'll just send Mithra in and Zippy Zap a couple of times and it'll be dead. So, how about that? Like, Wigglytuff has a lot of HP, but doesn't have the best defenses, so... we should be able to handle it. Yeah, sir, I hate to break it to you, but that's not how Facade works. Just because I'm status doesn't mean you get 140 power. It actually, you need to be status in order to get the 140 power. So, oh wow, it's a 3-hit. Okay, interesting. Well, we got a lot of sleeping Pokemon here, but... see, now I'm questioning myself, because I'm like, wait a minute. It definitely isn't going to do 140 base damage now, right? Well, we're going to find out right now. Did 24 last time. Yeah, that's like 25, so yeah, that's not how that works, sir. I guess I'll switch in Emery. I can avoid Sing with Dig, so... I don't know how Mithra just ran back over to me in her sleep. She probably heard me or something in her dream. I don't know. Still pretty strong. I mean, I'm kind of a physical tank, and it still did pretty good damage considering Wigglytuff's attack isn't the best. Actually, I think its attack isn't too bad, though. It's like base 80 or something, so that's not terrible. It has higher special attack, if I remember correctly, but... oh, nice crit. Actually, that's another thing that you can get from the affection system. They can crit. They have higher than usual chance to crit, if I recall correctly. So, another thing that's kind of BS. But, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it now, you know? So, aha! And Interceptor's level 30. Nice. We probably got just enough there to get him there. So, that's good. Thank you, sir. You've been very helpful. I'll take that TM now. And then I gotta go get that Abra. I think. I gotta check my Pokedex real quick to make sure I haven't caught it. Yeah. So if you have a status condition and you use Facade, it deals double damage. It has base 140 power at that point, but yeah, the way he was using it, not exactly how it works. Okay, Abra. No, I don't have an Abra. Okay. Run! Damn it, where'd it go? No, really, where'd it go? How far out could an Abra have teleported? Come on now. Okay, well, it might have just disappeared completely. Like, it might have been on the screen for long enough where it would have disappeared. That's a little disappointing. But what can you do, right? Maybe we'll get our hands on an Abra some other way. I have to see if it's a prize at the game corner or not. Because you can, at least in Gen 1, you could get Pokemon from the game corner as well. With some coins. And that would give me something to spend all this money on. So. Okay. Before we end for today, let's do what I just said, where I'm going to give Interceptor a treat. Let's go find the treats, huh? There we go. Rare candy. Interceptor. You're going to be all caught up. Ferdinand's going to be the lowest level at the moment, but that's okay. We'll get him up there in a little bit too. Okay, nice. 71 special attack. I'll take that. That'll work. And here's the other move that I wanted for Interceptor. Outrage. Dragon-type move, very similar to Petal Dance. Has, I think, the same damage, actually. It's, yeah, base 120. 100% accuracy. 2 to 3 turns of Dragon-type damage, and then you get confused. So, but it's a pretty solid move if you're fighting against Dragon-types. You don't really get a whole lot of Dragon-type moves in this game that you gain access to early on, anyway. I think you can get access to them much later in the game, but this is probably one of the earlier Dragon-type moves that you can gain access to. So, we'll get rid of Dig for it. It'll be good for us. I think he can also learn Play Rough and Flare Blitz if you keep leveling him up. But me personally, we have Play Rough as a TM, so if I need it, I'll just teach him to do it that way. And Flare Blitz, I'm not a big fan of in-game. As a competitive move, Flare Blitz is really nice. But in-game, I'm not a big fan of it because it drops your HP when you use it. So I usually prefer to just use Flamethrower rather than Flare Blitz if I can get away with it. And Interceptor will have the special attack for that, so we can get away with it. But we'll be able to get away with it even more right now because Interceptor is evolving. Finally, he will grow taller than his puppy form. He's been stuck in it for too long. Damn Garleans. Let's see what he looks like as Big Doggo. Hey, there we go. Big Doggo. And Interceptor has evolved into Arcanine. Awesome. One of my favorite Pokemon ever. I love its design. It's got great stats. It learns great moves. It's just great. All around great. It has really good abilities in games where it gets abilities, so I love it. Let's read Arcanine's Pokedex entry, shall we? It is not the legendary Pokemon, but it's the legendary Pokemon. It's not a legendary Pokemon, but it's hard to explain, okay? Apparently this is actually a pretty short doggo, though, because it's only 4'11", but that's okay. Arcanine is a legendary Pokemon in the East. Many people are charmed by the grace and beauty of its running. And by the East, they mean Japan, which I guess is appropriate considering where I'm living in Final Fantasy XIV at the moment. So yes, now we have Big Doggo to go with our big dinosaur. And everybody except Mithra's evolved, and if I tried to evolve Mithra, she'd probably get pretty pissed at me, so we won't do that. Here's our new Big Doggo friend. He's got a lot of special attacks, so yeah, Flamethrower will definitely come in handy for us here with his new stats. So we're all ahead full. We've beaten Erica, we've gotten our 4th gym badge, but Team Rocket is still running willy-nilly across both Celadon and Saffron City. What makes them think they have the run-of-the-mill in this place? Where did Cubone and Team Rocket's members Jesse and James go? And will we be able to solve the mystery of the Pokemon Tower's ghost infestation? Find out on the next episode of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, the Stream Edition. Oh, well, you must have heard it off over there. It might have been that Abra we were looking for, probably. So thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. I will see all of you on the next one, which will be happening on Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Until then, take care, have a good one, and take a look at my big doggo. You grew up so fast. You're like Clifford the Big Red Dog, you crazy guy. Look how big you are. I love it. I love him. He looks so fluffy.